Man, forget the 12-team college football playoffs. Only 12 teams? Why not 64 like March Madness? Heck, why not 134-team Imperialism? That would surely crown a more deserving champion. Can somebody give me a "oh yeah"? All right, I'm kidding. And I do like the 12-team playoffs, but I figure the time is right with college football playoffs looming around the corner to crown an end-of-season champion the hard way. 134 teams, free-for-all, updated playoff roster edition. With one heck of a season winding down, it's fitting we run it back. So go ahead and soak up that subscribe button and see how far your favorite team goes. I'm definitely interested to see how far the actual 12 teams in the playoffs go. Thanks to an all-nighter, I created the first ever 134-team Imperialism for this game, and then I've also taken Imperialism to Mars and around the globe in NCAA 14. But in the chance you haven't seen my content or other creators do college football Imperialism, this is how it works. We start with a map of all the teams. Spin the wheel to choose our attacker, Georgia State in this case. Spin this handy dandy arrow to choose a direction, and voila, just like that, we're underway with Georgia State versus Georgia in this first matchup. The Dogs in the first game defending their home turf, very much a college football playoff hopeful, and with EA's latest rosters, they're up to a 96 overall as a team, so a threat, no doubt, to go the distance. And in a shocking twist, Georgia State comes into the doghouse looking to make an impressive upset. How will Carson back Trevor Etienne respond? Well, a touchdown gives them the lead. Bulldogs looking to kick off a run like no other, but Georgia State with a quick strike. Remember, they are all out of timeouts, so they need these last 5 seconds to go their way. Scanning, number 11 throws to the out-of-bounds territory. It all comes down to this. It's on the line. Number 11 drops back, takes a deep shot for the end zone. Will a Panther find it? Will not. And the Dogs live to see another day. With that, Georgia claims the first victory in this end-of-year Imperialism. We're going to be in for a wild and wacky ride, so make sure you comment down below how your team ends up doing. As you can tell, Imperialism can come in many shapes and sizes, but we're going to give it a traditional run to fittingly deserve and crown a champ. Memphis is now on the clock, and with Georgia barely surviving, reminiscent of their 8th overtime victory over Georgia Tech, Ole Miss, another team that was playoff hopeful, now is in jeopardy in Imperialism against Memphis. Coined the Mid-South rivalry game. It's all knotted up 21 apiece at Jerry Hollingsworth Field. Jackson Dart and the Rebels handoff up the gut, gets a good 6. Dart another handoff to Parrish. They're in kill clock mode. The crispy blue uniforms on the Rebels, ooh, they got me going. And that first down is exactly the life they needed. Memphis desperately needed a stop to get this ball back on their side, but they're out of timeouts and it's wraps. Still pounding that stone with emphasis. He's rumbling down to 1st and goal. Now playing it safe, winding the clock down, taking their 3. It's good, and that's it. You know what is also good? Kingsponge getting the attacking and defending teams right. I heard y'all on that last one. I did. Rivalry win, score 1, Ole Miss. There goes Memphis, usually a top-tier group of 5 team. Looks like this year was not the year for them Tigers. Maybe it is USF's year. Them Bulls headed to the left. And shoot, why the heck not? We'll honor it. I'm going to make a little ad hoc call here. USF's going to go across the Gulf of Mexico into UTSA territory. That's right, the Bulls waded across water and traveled into Texas. I mean, heck, who says a bull can't swim? Well, they did swimmingly well. For an interconference matchup, you couldn't have asked for a better result from these Bulls bucking and running all their way into the red zone. In the Alamo Dome, Roadrunners one and done. The rest of the Texas teams recognize there's an imposter among us. The show goes on, and we're right back in Texas, the Red Raiders. Your boy might have happened to go to one of these games and create a rebuild. And I must say, I was thoroughly entertained when they took on Abilene Christian. In this case, they're taking on Oklahoma State. A couple rivalry games headlining this Imperialism early. Ollie Gordon and the Cowpokes were awful this season, which is why I'm so surprised that they are putting it to the Red Raiders. And well, with this offense, 2 touchdowns isn't all that much. They can come back. Though in this case, a comeback was not fast enough. The now Micah Hudson depleted Red Raiders lose 21-10. Cowboys expand. Texas loses 2 soldiers. Off to the races. Who we gonna get next? UMass. No offense, but I don't think there's much saving to this team. No amount of roster updates will save them. All right, I'm about to eat my words. Ranked Army, who had one heck of a season in real life, is ranked lower lower than UMass. Shucks, maybe the recent update is still doing Army dirty. I want to see how they respond in a 7-7 game against UMass, not traditionally a passing group, delivering the long strike. They love it. And I love the way Bryson Daly has played in real life this season, and a good run here from the running back. Black Knights in the driver's seat to win this game, just chunking away yards. As many military schools do, the triple option, it rumbles on through big first. And game out of timeouts. Seen a couple game-winning field goals so far, make it another. Army wins the dang day. For my UMass fans, I'm sorry. On to New Horizons, BYU. I just know their fan base is heated. For one, it's time to reenact the Holy War, and two, the end of year collapse needs to be studied. They missed out on the Big 12 game. They get to stop here on 4th down. So hold the phone just a minute. Metzlaff and the Cougs might have got left out in real life, but they can win it all here in Imperialism. A low-scoring affair in decisions. 4th and 1. He's got it. Continue the drive. Fresh set of downs, new confidence. He's going underneath. The slinger slings another first. Clearly in field goal range, I don't think you settle. You try to go for that big 6. Impressive drive from Jakey Poo. Can he finish 3rd and 5? Red zone. Standing there all day long. Number 12, is someone going to get open from your team? I hope so. Just chuck it away. All of that for overtime football. Utah Utes taking their shot. Intercepted. Big pick. Number 2. Way to come down. I don't know why Ute fans are all pumped. Absolute blunder from the Utes that cost them everything, and the winner, BYU. Truly a shame to see the Utes riddled with so many injuries in a lost season. They lost in Imperialism too. Looks like Boston College got next, and they will be marching south. In that direction are the new and improved Yukon Huskies. EA put some respect on their name, 80 overall for the Huskies, but the Sim showing no love, no respect. Touchdown Boston College, 21-3. And that touchdown was all she wrote. 24-3 Castellanos and crew get her done. Shout out to Boston. Let's keep it moving. And here we go. Washington Huskies. Time to send the boys in the Pacific Northwest down and to the right, which to me looks like the Boeing Apple Cup. A lot of big interstate rivalry games kicking off this one, and he missed him. My, oh my, he needed that. That could have got this game closer. I know the offense is faltering in this game, but John Mateer leads an interesting hybrid style of football. However, that interesting style of football is not really helping him in this case. He's definitely best when the game's opened up in every aspect where he can run with his legs. Playing from behind all game has limited that ability, so he's passed pretty much every single play. And now garbage time for Pac-12 pride. Strike, end zone, touchdown Washington State. The Cougs get one, but it's too late. If there's a 0.0001% chance they need this recovery, all for that. How you gonna play with us like that, Washington? The state of Washington's officially purple, so now we'll take our attention to Southern Miss. The Golden Eagles request to play Mississippi State. Could we have one of Imperialism's first upsets in the tourney? That's right, these Southern Miss Golden Eagles have been flocking all over the Bulldogs, but the Bulldogs convert 1st and goal. Mississippi. I misspelt it. It's pretty tough. You know what also is tough? Mississippi State getting that late lead. Why fear? Southern Miss is here. They're working their way down the field. That's a big first and past midfield. You smell that? It smells like field goal range. With 1:20 to go, they just got to play it safe or heck, hit the home run. Why not? Touchdown, Golden Eagles, they're back on top. It's Mims. Massive 27-yard connection and a miracle timeout in time with 1 second left leads to a final shot. No good. Upset complete. Southern Miss knocks off Mississippi State. Victories from Ole Miss and Southern Miss have the state shaping up. Let the games continue with Arizona State. Forks up. These Forks are on an impressive run end of season. Will they manifest their playoff dreams and win Imperialism? Well, it starts against UNLV. You just cannot sleep on UNLV. They knocked out a couple power schools at the beginning of the season, and heck, they're playing for the Mountain West Championship. No one really stops Jeanty, but this team gave him his worst game. On the flip side, Scat Pack and the Devils need to hold here to give themselves a chance. That is not a good look. Touchdown Rebels with just a couple minutes to go. I guess Sam Leave It and the Devils are gonna leave it out on the field, wishing them luck in real life, but for this run, they're done. It's almost always a grim look when you go down to possession with less than 2 minutes. We have knocked out quite a few teams, but many more remain. Lobos, is this the start of a Cinderella run? Let's find out first. Lobos Aggies. Nothing like a good old Rio Grande rivalry. The stadium's buzzing. The Lobos are moving. They're on the road and they're looking to take a better lead. Dropping back to pass. He finds his crossing route 15, the star of the team. Watch this. Watch this. I got game. I know New Mexico Lobo football. Was that Dampier to Wysong? All right, if I'm right, you got to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if I'm wrong, well, shoot. But hey, that's a New Mexico 2-possession lead. Getting a little wacky and wild, and it's never over until it's over. The Aggies catch and run to midfield. They want this. No timeouts in less than 30 seconds, but the dream remains. Scrambling to his right, going back across his body. That's not a good look. Why the Aggies were not hurrying faster to the line is baffling. 2-1. You better just throw a pass. No, they spike it and lose the game. Lobos squeak it out. Aggie fans beside themselves. Lobos advance. Much like the circle of life, the circle of Imperialism strikes Air Force. Let's go send the cadets, the Falcons, to the right. Because the trajectory is more up than pure right, that means CU Air Force. I don't know, guys. I think it's safe to say Air Force underestimated prime time in the Buffs. Congrats on the interception, but getting blown out 34-0. Shadur with a blunder, but that's his first. As that final whistle blows, 37-0 Buffs. You know what? I can't say I'm surprised. Stroking that wheel, it looks like we're going back to BYU. All right, it's their second time on the clock. Intriguing. We got BYU UNLV. Both teams with impressive wins in their first round. Only one can walk away with 2 wins. Who's it going to be? Working back from a deficit, 11 points to BYU. Couple good gash plays. We're in business. Another big connection. We're in the red zone. I get the sense BYU wants vengeance for what the committee did to them. But count out UNLV at your own peril. He's gonna throw one to the back corner of the end zone. No way, what a touchdown. You're out of your mind. It just deflected off defenders and a fellow receiver into 21's hands. Mr. 21 De Jesus, can you do something for me? That was actually crazy. We're gonna have to watch it again. It lobbed into the corner, deflected off BYU and a UNLV receiver into the hands. Exactly as they drew it up, all to plan. 2-point conversion, no good. With no ball clock left, it's unfortunate, but it's reality. BYU kills it and takes the final kneel down. Like that, congrats to BYU. All of a sudden 2-0 and dancing. They got a big piece of land. Who's ready for some more wild and wacky fun? Let's take it to Western Kentucky. The Hilltoppers go to the top right, pointing them squarely at Louisville. Western Kentucky got spanked in the Conference USA Championship game, so I think they're hungry for blood. And Imperialism intercepted by Louisville. They needed a turn of events to go their way. That is going to be a house call. We're within 1 touchdown. Riley is making sure the fans hear him. I thought surely the Hilltoppers had it in the bag, but fans are getting their money worth to the end zone. It's intercepted. Okay, now the Hilltoppers bend but do not break. That's game. That is, my friends, an upset. A first-round exit for Louisville. Did you have that on your slate? The crazy part is we're still just in the beginning. The number 1 team in the college football committee, 12-team playoff, the Ducks. They're getting a little early season rematch against my Boise State Broncos. Jeanty, where are you? This is still a pretty disgusting discrepancy. In the final update from EA Sports in the regular season, we got 85 overall Boise State, 95 overall number 1 Oregon. Boise State's hope in the blue turf is the X factor. And oh my goodness, what a game it has been. The number 3 seed Boise State Broncos hanging in close. Got the lead actually right now, but Dylan Gabriel, the number 1 team in the nation, into the red zone, 1st and goal. Fergie on that big snag. It's 2nd and goal at the 1. Easy handoff. Is that James? 4-6. Ducks back on top. That's not what we want to see if you're a Boise fan. Jeanty, oh Jeanty, where art thou, Bronco? Mad Dog takes the snap. He's going to survey. There's a guy behind him. Big fellas clamoring in. That leads to a yucky 4th and 12, but we're going for a field goal. This is like a 50-something yard strap. Does the kicker have the boot? He does. Oh my goodness, he made it. I doubted Dalmas. I know he's got that dog in him, but I doubted him. Just got the tail end of Oregon's responding touchdown because they caught us napping. So they had the yards to end this game, kneel it out, but they got a touchdown, which is how they caught us napping. And there's the double dagger you just saw right now with your own eyes. Fumble 6. Ducks are looking like a formidable foe. We had them through 3 quarters, and for Boise State fans like myself, it's defeat. But that's how you know I'm not scripting these imperialisms, man. If I wanted my favorite team to win, I would have rigged it. Boise blue turns into Oregon yellow. That was a substantial win from the number 1 seed in the college football playoffs, taking out number 3. Now let's go to Wisconsin. The Badgers are going to have to go up north. Only one way to go. It's Minnesota, Wisconsin. When it comes to Paul Bunyan's axe, it's all Gophers in this rivalry. 21, now 28-6. Minnesota patted it on. They're going to cruise to an imperialism victory. Gophs. Already seeing some fun twists in my first time around the block. Another one bites the dust, and it's time we go to Army Black Knights. A spectacular college football season. We'll visit them again, this time taking on Boston College. Black Knights were looking like they were on pace for another win until a big fourth quarter swing. Boston College takeaway led to great field position. Knights need to bounce back. Army holding here would go a long way to sealing this game, but Boston College is not to be denied. First and goal. Looking for pay dirt, direct snap to the running back. He's in there. Are these Eagles gonna soar till the promised land? It's up to Bryson Dilly to stop this madness. Screen, 4th and 2. Massive 4th down option play. Daly is stuck and fumbles. That's game. Is that reminiscent of the butt fumble because he just ran into some beef and ate a stick? Bryson Daly, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, is about to live with that for the rest of his life. Ball game. Army defense gave Bryson one more chance. Couldn't come through. Sometimes that's just how imperialism crumbles. So shout out to Boston College. Tough luck for Army. Texas is on the clock, maybe a team destined for greatness. Heartbreaking loss to Georgia in the championship game. Can they right the wrongs? And I was thrown off for a second, but going down south is actually going to pit them up against FIU. Remember, they crossed the treacherous Gulf, claimed UTSA land, and now Texas is here to take it. Who's ready to see if Mr. Worldwide's Panthers can live up to the billing? Newsflash, they cannot. So Mr. Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide, you're going to need to pump in a lot of NIL dollars if you want to play Texas. Last-ditch efforts all in vain. 28-7. Longhorns just cruised on through. Just like that, imperialism giveth and taketh away. A sad story in FIU's case because I think they went on a miraculous run beating Miami in my last imperialism. This time, bounced. The Duckies got a knack for the wheel. They're going to get tested again. The wheel is pointing down, but a lot to the left. So I'm going to go furthest left for the Ducks. They're going to take on Cal. If you had any question for these guys when they took on Boise State, I hope they're all answered now. It is Rampage. Gabriel had these Ducks high flying to the tune of 48 big ones. Cal never had a chance. A rather quick matchup. We'll keep it moving. Thanks for playing, Cal. Let's head over to Cincinnati. Bearcat Nation, let's ride. Congratulations, you've just earned a matchup against Kentucky. Kentucky, for as rough as the offense has been, put up 17 points, and that might be enough. Not much time left for the Bearcats, so they need to bear down right here. First down, keeping it moving. 14 points is not out of the question. It's just going to be difficult, so this quarterback's going to make some plays. RB in motion, fakes it, and then goes to him. That's going nowhere. 2nd and 11, Cincinnati all day. 3rd and 11, here come the Cats. They're looking, surveying pretty much all day long to just chuck one up to the end zone. Wide open in the corner. What are we doing? Okay, Kentucky just had a lapse in judgment. The bad news reality sets in, however. A victory formation. Kentucky holds on with 1 down to spare. Now we'll turn the attention to Maryland. The Terps. This is going to be a good matchup down, but to the left, that is West Virginia. A thriller in store out here in the mountain land. Maryland's quarterback just took off. Will Billy Edwards concoct something that only Terps fans are dreaming of? With 3 minutes to go, this is clutch. What a score. What a lead change. And here come the Terps. I was going to say, Billy, the quarterback's done a thing or two for me. Watching some of those games this season. As inconsistent as they were, I did enjoy some moments. But hold on just one gosh darn second. Garrett Green is not going to let this home crowd go home disappointed. No. He's dialing up some fourth quarter heroics of his own. 3rd and 1. Got to get in there with 1 minute left on the clock. He scrambles left and finishes. He did what he had to do. That's right. Where the critics at now? Who's talking? A rare Imperialism sight, but a welcome one. Overtime football. Maryland getting at the action first. One play at a time, slinging that pigskin. Billy, 3rd and 3 steps up. He's got a lane. Touchdown Terps. Garrett and Billy running one in themselves. Green has one shot here to respond. Overtime, down by a touchdown, stepping up and running. He's got some wheels. He's going to go the distance, stuffed at the 1. What a play. He got his turkey stuffed, but it don't matter. They score. They're on that board. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Double overtime. Both teams trying to stay alive in the Imperialism squall. Looking to punch it in, tossing it out again. Number 1's in there. What a runner. What a stud. And the Mountaineers sealed it just like that. So Maryland, no shot on their second opportunity. West Virginia survive and advance. So probably our most entertaining game so far. What else does the wheel have for us in store? Middle Tennessee. These Blue Raiders are going to have to go up north. Smack dab on top of Vandy. Vandy had one of the more shocking upsets and turnarounds in all of football. Gave Alabama a knockout blow. Do they have what it takes to withstand this Middle Tennessee attack? Middle Tennessee wants to show that they are a deserving playoff team, and they got snubbed. Bad news indeed for Vandy. They got their turkey stuffed hard on offense, and that is all she's going to write. 1st and goal. Middle Tennessee can burn all these timeouts, kick a field goal, or just go for the 6. So, yeah, if they can hang on here, I'm going to go ahead and call it an upset. Hanging on is exactly what they do. Going for it all. 2-score game. Blue Raiders do hang on despite a heroic comeback attempt. Intercepted. It's sealed and delivered. Blue Raider Nation, stand up. How about them apples? Upsets galore. It just keeps piling on. Oklahoma State, a sorry team in 2024. What will they do in this game? Most directly down south in that arrow direction is TCU. Not to be mean, but hey, EA, are we sure Oklahoma State's an 85 overall? TCU Nation, I tried. I went to your camp. I interviewed your team. I put it all on the line, and you guys dropped it to Houston earlier in the season, and that just explained what this team's about. I'm bummed to say the least, but hey, maybe next year is the year, right? In the Big 12, anything goes. We know for sure it wasn't their year this year, and it's sure as heck not their year here in Imperialism. It's over. Oklahoma State. Dagger shot right there, interception. Cowpokes waving home the frogs. I saw a lot of those Hoover interceptions at the game. Oklahoma State expands. So many teams have yet to play, and I bet one of those teams is your team watching down below. And you're going to have to wait because Oklahoma State's up again. But that gives me a second to say, if you're soaking up this Imperialism and like college football content in Imperialism fashion, go ahead and raid that subscribe button and join the Kingsponge army, just like Oklahoma State's going to be raiding in on the Sooners. They call this game bedlam because the in-state Oklahoma rivalry is bizarre. Anything goes, and that is exactly on cue, on point. The Sooners prove my point in saying raid that subscribe button, join Kingsponge, and enjoy a lot of college football content. Congratulations, Sooners. You're one step closer in this Imperialism. I'm telling you, there ain't no love in Oklahoma. Breakup, turnover. And the Sooner defense has played huge in this one. Offense finished it off. 4th and 4 conversion. It's game. Arnold wins. So Oklahoma couldn't put it together for the college football committee in real life, but maybe they'll put it together for the playoff of all playoffs. For Oklahoma State, they did enjoy a nice little run. But let's go check in on the Florida Atlantic Owls. Oh, wow. Okay. They have the direction to go down. That's Texas. And if you weren't paying attention earlier, let me give you the quick rundown. We had FIU come over here. They knock out UTSA. Then Texas came down, knocked out FIU, which is how they got this piece of land, and now FAU's on the docket to take them. I'm surprised to see this game go this way. FAU has it all tied up, but Texas wants to score, showing that they are slightly flawed. Yes, they take the lead here on the plunge, but keeping it this close with the FAU Owls, hey now, they're human after all. If there are still any Owls watching this video, this one is for you. Bang, down the sideline. He's gone. He's scoring. Tie ball game. Beautiful masterclass call. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. They're tying it up. Last gasp flock let's fly them wings. Caleb Coombs was cooming and zooming down that field, but it looks like it's all in vain. That is a ceiling run, field goal range type run. That's rude, man. Had me all excited and stuff just to finish them off 17-14, horns up. Good effort from Florida Atlantic. Let's go see if the other owl, Kennesaw State, can give an effort. If you give a hoot, this one's for you. A little Kennesaw State Georgia Tech showdown. 60 overall offense is just unfair for Kennesaw State. They mustered up 2 tutties and looking to drive here. But nah, man. Georgia Tech played spoiler many times this year, including going to 8 overtimes with Georgia. I don't think they'll let up on Kennesaw. Insurance points and 3 possession now. The Jackets will keep on buzzing. Was hoping a Cinderella story was about to be born, but there's just no shot. LSU, on the other hand, they can do something. Let's see what them Gux Tigers got to say. They get to take on a ragtag upset watch crew in Southern Miss. For those hoping for a comeback, it's looking bleak. LSU guns a-blazing, slinging that rock. They're now up by 3 touchdowns, and fans are starting to head to the exit. These Tigers were not to be denied. Final seconds winding out. That's not going to stop LSU looking to rub it in. Fell short of the goal line that time, but rubbed in one last 7-piece. 35-7 Nussenmeyer. So LSU gets their first splash on the board, and just like that, we're back at it with some Indiana football. These Hoosiers, man, I'm telling you, getting a college football playoff berth and looking to take their first shot against Western Kentucky. I just want to say I get Indiana's strength of schedule is not the toughest, but giving them a 76 overall defense is criminal. And that very same 76 overall defense is nowhere to be found against the Hilltoppers. Western Kentucky is taking the magic all out of the sails because Kurt Signetti, Curtis Rourke, this magical bunch is on the brink of extinction. And that'll do. Big Red's got his crew all juiced up. They're converting on 4th down. And we've already seen them step up once, but now step up twice. They're doing this thing. The Conference USA runner-up dropping off a playoff-worthy team. So that's exactly the kind of madness you get in Imperialism. I was secretly hoping that they would go on a run just because of their cool storyline. Instead, we'll see Eastern Michigan last longer than Indiana. How much longer is still to be determined, but Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan square up. We might have answers very soon. Eastern Michigan might be looking at the end of the road, but wait, there's more. Snyder delivers a dime. The battle for Michigan, MAC edition, is a big-time game. Plenty of time for Cole Snyder to collect his thoughts, his feelings, and deliver a drive. Eagles ready to fly, Broncos ready to ride. Eagles touchdown, good score here, bringing it within 4. Unfortunately for the Eagles, today is not their day. Clock expires, Western Michigan wins. Rivalry game aside, they had a big score and rampant finish. Broncos up. Shoot, well now there's no chance of a home gray turf game, and Boise Blue was already conquered by the Ducks. That leaves just Coastal Carolina whenever they get their name called. Hopes and dreams for a colored turf team still exist. They will get their time to shine, but now it's time we turn our attention to Tulane. The Green Wave, always an intriguing group of 5 team, and the most realistic opponent that Arrow was pointing at is obviously LSU. Wow, I thought for sure Death Valley was going to make more of a difference, but Tulane came out swinging, throwing haymakers. Clearly an elite performance all the way across the board. Definitely a rare sight, but it goes to show when it comes to the battle of the rag, anything goes. Again, just so impressive to get it done in Death Valley of all places. Mensa was composed a cool 330 and 3 touchdowns for his Green Wave as they go up 34 points to 7. Shocking to watch the Tigers fall with the final second ticking off the clock. Wave, complete performance. Are you feeling the Imperialism now? If not, I got you covered with this next one. Let's head on over with Tennessee. Let's see what them dogs got. Volunteer Nation headed north, but more right. That's going to go to Virginia Tech. Another playoff team in the Volunteers flirting with disaster. Down by 3. Nico, what do you got in store? A pancake sack. Cole Nelson. Eat him up. Loving it. The crowd is digging that. Leave it to the big senior to get through and make Nico's day. Drones and crew handoff. 33 to the outside. Gets to pick up a 6. Tutton on that last carry. Drones to the corner. Miscommunication. And no way, 45-yard touchdown strike to Deontay Thornton. My sim play-by-play thing is like skipping 2 plays at a time, so it literally just hosed me when I was jumping in. So instead of a 45-yard touchdown strike, enjoy this extra point attempt. I know, absolute peak content right there. Yeah, I don't know why it's skipping 2 plays at a time, but Tennessee's back in this thing and are literally 1 play away from finishing out. 4th and 12 across the middle. Ooh, he had him, but it was a little behind. Vols dodge a bullet. Keeping it pushing. We got Ball State. Are you counting out the Cardinal? Well, you shouldn't. In NCAA 14, they had a crazy run in one of my Imperialisms, but in this case, they're going to have to take on Purdue. It ain't over till it's over. Ball State down by 3. They need this. They got the first down. Let's keep it pushing. Here they come. Past midfield. Another first down. 2-minute drill. It's time. They put up or shut up. Big sack pushes them out of field goal range. It's impossible from over there, and that's incomplete. So, folks, you just witnessed a Purdue defense squeak one out against Ball State. 1 first down. It was victory formation. They did it. No birds flying rampant today. Instead, Purdue carries on, and Notre Dame's on the clock. Another college football 12-team selected committee playoff. All right, my English was so backwards on that statement, but you know what I meant. Wow, okay, that's crazy. Purdue's going to be back at it. Battling it out for the Shillelagh. Purdue playing an inspired brand of football. Can they hang in there? All tied up, 21 apiece. Riley Leonard going deep, double coverage, 4th down. Stifled at their own goal line. Let's give it back to Notre Dame. 2 minutes to play. This is back and forth we go. Mission critical for the Irish to get a first down and into field goal range. It's not happening. On 4th and 1, instead of laying it on the line and going for it, it's a 58-yard stroke. Bang. And he got it. It's crunch time, man. Does Purdue want to hang around and win themselves an Imperialism? Like, are you going to actually let Notre Dame, a playoff team, do you like this? Come on, y'all. What's in the cards for Hudson Cards? Let's find out. A first down and drive continue. Bang, bang. It's on the line. Card converts again. They're still moving. He is making magic happen for Purdue. Oh my goodness, the drive continues. Now in the red zone, Purdue fans, tell me, is Hudson Card like that? I'm not watching a lot of y'all's games, man, but he's dealing. Oh, okay, I'm thoroughly surprised they settled for 3 with this much time left. Yeah, you guys are not like that. Instead, Purdue forces overtime, letting Notre Dame march right down this field and cash in. Wait, bring it back. Purdue needs to give it all they got. Whatever's left in the tank right here, right now. 3rd and goal. It would sure spell good news, holding them to 3. Riley scrambling out to his right, and that's exactly what they do. No excuses. This can be the drive. This can be it. A huge connection to the 5. 2nd and goal. Bang again. Really cannot seem to snatch victory until right there. What a toe drag and touchdown for the win. Upset supreme. This rivalry game, the Shillelagh, it belongs to Purdue. Insane. Where are all my Purdue fans in the comment section? Where you at? Hudson Card is your hero. I sincerely cannot believe it. Purdue takes that land. And spoiler alert for those that haven't seen my last Imperialism, in 3, 2, 1, go check out that video or skip 5 seconds ahead if you don't want to hear it. But Notre Dame made it to the championship game, the final game in Imperialism, and Purdue just first round exits them. Talk about one major back shot. Notre Dame fighting Irish. You're out of there. While Notre Dame is out of here, Stanford is just getting started, and they're hoping for an upset of their own against the Duckies. Sure, we might have just seen Purdue shock the world, but to shock Oregon, it's going to take a whole convoy, just like that plunge by number 20. Big time score for Ford. Like I said, it's going to take a whole convoy. Y'all know what the Ducks are about. They lightning strike teams like no other. Whatever you do, though, Stanford's begging that you don't close the door on them, and I'm just kidding. They close the door on themselves. Huge interception. Ducks quack all over the tree. I'll show you all the coverage in this game. Last chance. You should have pitched it to 20 and you could have been out of there. The Ducks win 14-10, but I'm not kidding. The big man tight end just got tackled, but he had a running back right behind him and a room to go down the sideline. Stanford loses. Oregon holds on. No upset in this one. And this is how the map is turning out so far. All kinds of crazy narratives thus far. Who gets the next one? It is UCF. The Knights get to go up north, and pretty much the only team in that direction is the Florida Gators. Man, UCF's got some dope Space U uniforms, but they're in the swamp in this one. It's tough to get out of Gator country alive. Most notably, the Gators knocked off Ole Miss in their college football playoff hopes, and they're hoping to knock out UCF, taking the lead on that touchdown. Down by 6 points. What will the Knights dial up? What a play. What a connection to the Gator middle. Maybe UCF fans can let me know, but this is Jakari Brown at quarterback. Was he the quarterback at some point in the season? I remember that other dude. Yeah, wasn't it Jefferson from Arkansas? Well, it looks like in the game here, they got Brown. Only 26 or so seconds to work. Can the Knights find magic? Well, hey, that's a great start all the way down to the red zone, looking to shock the world. All comes down to this. Final seconds ticking off. He's going to need to go to the end zone. He's got a crosser, and it's going to expire as he falls short at the 1 yard line. They didn't get out of the swamp alive. What a brutal way to go out by the teeth of a gator. All right, you spin me right round, and we're heading to Florida State. Keeping it within the state. That's cool. And what do you know? We're headed back to the swamp for a second time. Battling it out just like they did against UCF. They're down by a score, but driving. Lag way. Looking to find a way for these Gators. Crazy to see anything happening here in the Sunshine Showdown. Florida State delivers. Wow. Okay, that's a shocker. Guess how many wins Florida State had in real life? That's right, 2. And guess how many wins they have now in Imperialism? 1. Watch out, because the Sunshine State is up in flames. This is where the fun begins. Let's head over to Michigan. Defending champs, not so much in 24. Gonna be tasked with defending the state against Central Michigan. So much for the Chippewas defending their home turf. The cover athlete rumbling to 1st and goal. It's about wraps. Another quarterback comes in and actually fumbles the ball, picks it back up. But nah, no reason to get ahead of ourselves and too excited. Michigan is romping right through the Chippewas. The Chippewas' chance at being the true champ was next to none. One of these days in a non-rigged Imperialism would be great to see a small school like Old Dominion, Central Michigan take this thing, but it's unlikely. The chances of a spectacular feat like that has got to be some crazy odds. But what's even crazier, I'm noticing just a random patch of land that I don't have a logo on. And now that I fact checked it, yes, it's East Carolina, the Pirates, without a logo, but that doesn't influence or impact anything in Imperialism. Rest assured, we'll still get that matchup underway. How could I forget about the Pirates in the old Boneyard? That is silly of me. Old Dominion trying to get on the map. While Old Dominion tries to scrap back, East Carolina wants to make sure I never forget about the Pirates. I think ECU's got that NFL cornerback. We might see him on the other side of the ball as Old Dominion ties it up, plunging it up the gut. Heisman pose and all. Yo, you're not Jeanty, boy. Yeah, that's right. His name's Chevelle Reed on defense. That's the NFL caliber corner. He's just going to sit and watch from the sideline as the Pirates go to work. All right, 1st down. What else do they have in store? This running back's got a star under his name for a reason. Well past the danger zone. This is easy field goal range and game finisher range. 100-yard ground attack from Harris here, looking to put the finishing touches. And I'm afraid we'll be shivering our timbers if Old Dominion cannot connect. Oh my gosh, how did that go off his hands? It was fatal. You cannot drop that ball for 6. Lose the game. East Carolina moves on. The yellow blob grows. And yeah, I'm going to talk my smack. I think their odds are a little bit low with the teams around them. So rather than take my energy and go grab a logo, I'm going to roll with the yellow blob. Let's see if they prove me wrong. Keeping it pushing. We're going to have Kent State. The Golden Flashes. Will they be more than a flash in the pan? Pointed up and across the pond, they got to take on Michigan. So survey says flash in the pan. Shocked to see Kent State even make a game out of this one in the big house. The flash attack going through the air, not so fast. Michigan defense hangs in there, gets the turnover. That's big old Graham, huh? NFL prospect. Finishing touches are needed, and that'll do. Kent State's gone. 2010 final, on to the next. Expansion across the Great Lakes. That's cool and dandy, but who's next to expand their reach in this conquest? Back over to Florida State. Wow, the Sunshine State gets a lot of action. But in this case, we're taking it over to South Alabama. Seminoles playing at a Sun Belt level. Can they survive? It's up to this 3rd down. The lefty slinger gets out of the sack, steps into it, and delivers a ball. That's a red zone drive. Little Gio don't want to be Lil Gio no more. He wants to be Big Gio. Under 2 minutes to play. He's going to scramble himself, get past the 10, 1st and goal. What a drive right here when it matters most. Gio to the outside and say goodnight. Lopez and the Jaguars just sealed their fate here in Imperialism 24-25 edition. Florida State, 2 wins. That's as many wins as they had in the regular season. They're hungry for a title. What a time to be a Seminole fan. And again, what a time to be a Kingsponge subscriber. If you like Ohio State, this one is for you. First time in Imperialism taking on West Virginia. In a shocking twist, West Virginia up by 2. Howard letting to uncork. No good. With that last one falling to the ground incomplete, they're going to settle for 3, just miss it. Oh no. West Virginia couldn't do anything with that golden opportunity, so they're going to punt it back. This might be the undoing of the Mountaineers. Ohio State in danger zone. Buckeye fans, hold tight. You just need a first down, and this could be over. 1 yard to go, handoff. That seems to be the move, and he's got daylight. Off to the races, 1st and goal. But what's most important is a cleansing of the timeouts and a chance to just kill clock and win. 3rd and 5 stuffed. Oddly enough, Ohio State burnt their last timeout, giving 20 seconds on the clock for West Virginia. That's a little weird. But as weird and wacky as that was, it didn't matter. They held on despite last gasp effort. Getting some land under their belt, Ohio State makes their move. It's time for the last colored turf field to go. And go the distance, I mean. Will they run the table? Step 1, vanquish the Gamecocks. In danger from the team that boasts the original Sandstorm. Coastal's in trouble. Isn't this technically a cock v cock battle? I mean, Chanticleer's Gamecocks, that's 2 cocks. But in all seriousness, the way South Carolina played down the stretch, it's going to be very hard to get past them, and on cue, they intercept it. The South Carolina Gamecocks were a hot squad. In EA's latest update, they're going to exude their strength. Big pick just about seals it with a minute left. Final kneel down, 14-7 is done. Well, I'll be darned, all 3 turf teams eliminated. One story ends and another one begins. UTEP. What do the Miners have? Well, okay, this is a fun one. The arrow is pointed down and to the left. That's Hawaii. Let's find out what happens when you take a Miner to Hawaii. So far, so good. It looks like they're on pace to win this thing. Shager and the Rainbow Warriors gotta hit the panic button because UTEP is coming. And they ain't playing for fun. Could this be the start of a UTEP ascent to the Imperialism charts? Well, they're going to have to try and prove 1 more quarter of football because Hawaii and their Heisman hopeful are hitting that thing. Miners spread out across the formation, 5 wide, and look, 1 opens up. This is practically field goal range and insurance. Got Hawaii burning their timeouts. 2nd and 11, why not let it fly? Another open Miner, they're in business. Easy does it. Easy does it, or just hit the home run ball. Salute to all my UTEP fans. Miners on top, getting the dub. Islands that were once green are now orange. 1 and done for the Rainbow Warriors. What about Bowling Green? Will the MAC hopefuls with that tight end Fannin dude, will they be able to survive the daunting task in front of them? It starts with Toledo. The battle up the interstate has been one-sided the whole time. Toledo, but look at this big strike. Caleb Goodlow has his team knocking, but I don't think it's possible. Put simply, I don't really care even if they score right now. Unfortunate for the Falcons getting shut out on Toledo turf. Not anymore after scoring 6, but like I said, Toledo is still up by 3 possessions. I guess we better tune in because crazier things happen here. 2nd and goal, got another chance for 6. They convert here and score. They'll have a chance for that onside kick. Connor, out of bounds. You know what they say, it ain't over until it's over. Well, folks, this game is not over. Settle in for the 1 piece. Here comes an onside kick. Ready, aim, fire, and it's not gonna go their way. Falcon Nation, do you believe in miracles? 1 last chance with no timeouts. And here we go. Connor, does he got a strap? He got all day, that's for sure. Just taking his time, thinking about it, and ripping it, gripping it. Falls short. Valiant squall, no doubt, but it belongs to Toledo this year. Closer and closer we inch to a champ. Will it be Nevada? Wolfpack, it's time to come together because your next opponent is BYU. All knotted up, 10-10 in Provo, Utah. Nevada's rolling. Getting closer and closer to the red zone. Can they come through? That's a catch and run. That will work nicely. In business, play action. Oh my gosh, he sheds it and gets it off. What a touchdown. Nevada takes the lead. That was scary, but they deliver. Jaden Smith on the receiving end, but who's that quarterback? Broke a man, Lewis. Okay, I guess he's Himothy right now. Time is of the essence for the Cougs to respond. Will they? So far, so good. Mets laugh. HB draw. Nope, it's a play action, and he's got all day long. Is he going to scramble? He gets dragged down. A lot of land on the line for the Wolfpack, but the Cougs got time and timeouts on their side. Look at that. Cosmos feeling it. Mr. Metz slinging it. Corner intercepted. Oh my gosh. Wolfpack Nation came through, and that seals it. W on the road. My, oh my, what an upset. Nevada has a lot of space on the west side of the states, Utah State and New Mexico. A lot of gray. The wheel has spoken. Washington. Husky Nation only has a couple ways to go. Can't go north and play a Canada team, but you can go down and play the Beavs. The biggest question on my mind is how long will the last Pac-12 team survive? And that's your answer. Just a dagger interception. Huskies ride 17-7 victory. So that eliminates the Pac-12 officially from college football championship contention. These Huskies are some dogs. Some games are short and sweet like this one where you get your answer pretty quick. That will not always be the case with some long drawn out duels. Sam Houston on the clock. This team is a surprise for being so new. They are surprisingly good, but good enough to beat the Cajuns. The Raging Cajuns just got a new quarterback in a transfer portal, but it looks like he can't get here soon enough. 14 points, that's pedestrian. Sam Houston on the other hand, 24 big ones and a major lightning strike to get 2 possession lead. 4th down, back against the wall. Louisiana looking for anything. No, Bearcat Nation. Sam Houston, how do you do? Well, all right then. Sam Houston gets their first win in Imperialism and one step closer to national champ. Big ups for those guys. And how about prime time football? Dion's crew, let's get it moving. Moving into Wyoming's territory, that is. Since it's skewed to the left, that means it's the Cowpokes. It's hard to find some oxygen up here in Laramie, Wyoming, the highest elevated stadium in all of college football. Luckily for Colorado, they know how to perform in high elevation. Shadur chucked the last one away, but he's hoping for better outcome here across underneath. That is a first down. Give it up for Mr. Horn on that last snag. Shadur looking, finding, is that Travi? Where art thou, Hunter? Not the time or place for it. Hand off, ground and pound, trying to kill it. Horn, the motion man, and they pitch it to him. No first down. Wyoming hangs. 10-point deficit and turnover on downs. Too much. Shadur and the Buffs keep marching. The best part about capturing Wyoming is your map explodes. And Primetime sure loves his explosions, if you know what I mean. We'll see if Texas A&M can supply some explosives of their own. Hailing out of College Station, they're going to travel into hostile Sam Houston territory. They say Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, neither was Sam Houston. It was a fun ride, but down 2 touchdowns, A&M driving, it's looking bleak. 3rd and 5, slinging all the way. Running back takes it and gets stuffed. Unless a genie comes in and grants a magical wish, this one is kaput. Hey, I love the Bearcats as much as the next guy. It's just a matter of time till their time's up. Sam to the Houston, 3rd and 11, looking for pay dirt. Interception's what they find. Do they say gig 'em down there? I think they do. That stop, gig 'em up. Texas shaping up just a little bit more. And now you know the drill by now. Back to that trusty wheel. We got Navy on deck. Can I get a oh yeah going straight through that unoccupied state to Rutgers? As good as Navy has been in the regular season, they did not have enough to take on Rutgers. So what's unfortunate for that crew is beneficial to Rutgers. They got the job done in a big way. 31-7 emphatic win. It's tough out here if you're Navy. Unfortunate result, but back to the powerhouse team that has had no shortage of good luck. The Mighty Ducks look to continue the conquest. And you see what it is. That arrow is headed right, slightly down. Most of the border is going to point to Colorado. The old playing for clicks rematch. You better believe Colorado wants some revenge. No doubt Coach Prime has this Colorado program moving different. It looks like EA's really high on it, and they're winning 9-0. We definitely shouldn't jump to any conclusions. There's plenty of time left as they go second straight Wildcat call. What? You're kidding me. 3 straight snaps to the running back, and he's throwing it. Intercepted. What is going on right now? Maybe that's the reason they were losing 9-0, because this is a pick 6, but the running back was playing quarterback. I swear I had nothing to do with these settings. What did I just witness? Pick 6. Colorado's going to seal it. Oregon's defeated, but that's not fair. What? Ugly play calling. I don't know what to tell you. Why is he playing quarterback? I thought they were running the Wildcat again. Just a designed running back throw? No, wow. There really is no excuse for this. Look at Dylan Gabriel was in there having a really bad game, 6 for 17, but they just called Jordan James to take a quarterback snap and throw an interception. That's hilarious. They got one at the very end in garbage time, but you know what they say, that mistake proved costly. I don't know how to truly grasp what I just witnessed, but one thing I do know, Oregon fans are beside themselves and Colorado fans on top. Massive upset. The number 1 seed in the college football playoff just got denied. And you saw the wheel, Fresno State. Here we go. Looking good for a Fresno State USC showdown. Can we get a little USC branch magic? Let's find out here on 3rd and 3. Moss looking for the first. He's got it. The transfer portal quarterback. At least I think Miller Moss is a transfer quarterback. Regardless, transfer quarterback you. After Caleb Williams went to the league, this team's seen some shuffling around, quarterbacks going and coming. I don't know how to solve the Trojans. 2 minutes to respond. Will the Bulldogs go woof? I don't think so. Trojan Nation, let's ride. Victory formation, nicked this one out. Very end, a punt to seal it. You could have just held it and took a knee, but okay, Fresno State loses. California continues to shape up as well. Who wants to go and take it? Will it be Georgia Tech? Arrow says Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Okay. If it was more horizontal to the left, it would have been Auburn, but since there's a lot of vertical to it, that's Jacksonville State. Unfortunately for the Jackets, it's been all Jacksonville State. They're jacking him around. That B can dance all he wants, but he's getting jerked. And if Jacksonville State keeps playing like this, the Gamecocks could eventually conquer enough land to take on South Carolina's Gamecocks. I'm actually not too surprised because this is another FCS converted FBS team just in the last few years, playing way above expectations like Sam Houston. Haynes King, what a ride it has been in your collegiate career, but it's over now. It's a shame you had to go out to Jacksonville State like this. In the vicious world of imperialism, though, it's predator or prey. You gotta be feasting. Jacksonville State on top, having their day for now. The road is dangerous, full of trouble, just like the team next to them, Auburn. War Eagle. Funny enough, traveling back to Jacksonville State. It was all Gamecocks in the last one, and it's all Auburn in this one. Running back takes the snap, pitches it off, touchdown. That's how you get it done with a running back taking the snap. Take notes, Oregon. Not much point watching much more of this one, so Jacksonville State had their time to shine, their moment. It's in vain. 35-10. Good deal. We got a menacing 3 shaping up here across the board. Georgia, Auburn, and Alabama. Bound to be a heck of a matchup when they do meet. For now, let's check on Texas State. Bobcat Nation won their first bowl game last year. Their sights are set square on the Longhorns this year and a chance for the playoffs. Ain't no way in this one. 20-10 Texas State. They must know the stakes or something. They're playing for Texas and playing for a piece of Florida. This is wild. 2 touchdowns still does the trick, but where has Texas been this entire game? Has the ship sailed on Quinn? Is it time for Arch Manning? So many questions here. It's a lackluster performance. Another top team in the playoffs in jeopardy, and that's going to seal it. Quinn Ewers on cue. Pick 6. Texas State Bobcats just rubbing it in now. 51-yard touchdown. Hit the gritty. Mills going crazy. 30-10. What in the upset is this? Still in disbelief. We saw Oregon fall. This is not looking good. Another legitimate championship threat about to get out of here. The story, without a doubt in my mind, is a pesky Bobcat defense. They're just not letting anything fly. They turned it over on downs and finished them off 31-10 in Longhorn territory. Talk about a major upset. Stuff like this is what keeps Imperialism fun and fresh. Texas State wins that matchup maybe 1 out of 10 times. Horns down. That is wild. We'll continue the journey with Buffalo getting a nod. Haven't heard from this MAC team yet. Down and to the left means Pitt. Low scoring affair, just looking to maintain status quo. Pitt on the path to victory. It's hard to see a MAC team pull an upset these days, that's for sure. And the NIL market's going to continue to punish teams just like Buffalo, while Pitt continues to ascend. That's victory. Slow day at the office, but a Pitt win nonetheless. All right, good deal. Onward and upward, Michigan State. The Spartans get their first crack, and into hostile Michigan territory they go. When it comes to the Paul Bunyan Award, Michigan wants it more. These Wolverines are buzzing. For Sparty, 3rd and 15. It connects. 4th and 2. They'll go. This has got to be the drive. If it doesn't happen here, there's not enough time. Oh, wait, it's only the 3rd quarter, so false alarm. They can still do this thing. Just got to convert, and now it's going to be harder. Like I said, harder but not impossible. They need this drive to go their way. Play action. delivers, connects, first down. Will the Chili Mobile continue to deliver? Nice. Pass interference and all, they still connect. On the right track, this is what they needed. Tom is a ticking, and they're going to just keep it churning. That trophy, that Paul Bunyan, just matters more, doesn't it? Aiden with a side of chilies. Can he deliver? What? Breakthrough down at the 1. This is what it comes down to. He couldn't get his body across. After all that at the 1, Michigan literally just won on this play. Unbelievable. Hey, you tried. You can't hang your head too low because, well, all right, maybe you can. Iowa State, you're up. The Cyclones, a Big 12 contender, embarrassed by Scat Pack and the Sun Devils in the championship game. Maybe they'll atone against Mizzou. Battle for the telephone. What's that about? It's got to mean something for both these teams as they trade early blows. Iowa State and Rocco falling off here a little bit in the end. But let's find out if Rocco's got one last twister warning in him. Play action. Rocco delivers to an open man. He's got some space to rumble. First and goal. In college football, it ain't over until it's over. Resilient drive. Can they finish? It's so close. Noel with that last catch, or Noel with Christmas time right around the corner. Rocco just gonna inch his way in for 6. Just down within a score. Heisman, everyone's hitting that. If Mizzou's gonna break Iowa State's back, it's on this play. 3rd and 3. Yep, that's it. And major yep. Emphasis. Touchdown, house call, what a run. Way to go, big man. So yeah, Missouri's gonna rock them to sleep and win. Congrats to the Tigers. It looks like the west side of the map is really coming along, but the east side and central south, there's a lot of clusters. So as much as we'd like to speculate, it's still very much anyone's game. Even New Mexico. That's right. Who says the Lobos can't take it? To those critics, they say, give me Arizona. All right. I really tried to gas up that New Mexico narrative, but it's been all U of A in this one. There really wasn't any doubt. Massive win, Wildcat Nation. 31-3 smoke fest. On to the next. How about SMU is our next candidate? This team lost to the hands of Clemson, but got into the playoffs. And I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm sorry, Bama fans. I'm glad they got in. I love the variety that the playoffs bring, and I think the SMU Mustangs were electric throughout the entire season, barely losing on a last-second field goal to Clemson. They shouldn't be punished. And it looks like KJ7 and the Stangs, well, on their way to a victory, just missed a receiver. But when you're in Red Wolf country, it's not wise to count them out. Touchdown back within a score. The electric playmaking ability of KJ7 is just outdoing Rayner. Rashad Smith on the last, blown up here in a fumble. Hold on. Red Wolves looking to shock the world. In order to deliver the shock, they need to convert on this onside kick, and now we can kiss those chances goodbye. No doubt closer than they wished it would have been. Let's go ahead and toss the wheel around one more time. Why not? Middle Tennessee. The Blue Raiders, that arrow to me is pointing directly at the Blazers. When you go down, but it's more pointed to the left, I'm going to go with the leftmost down team. Blazers. Blue Raiders on stuff duty. Blazers stuff that turkey, punch that chicken, whatever you want to call it. They're going to get the ball back, already up by 4. This is the chance for the Blazers to seal it on offense, and look at that. Zeno, big time pass and catch. We're in business. UAB, and what a stud run. Wow. If you weren't convinced from Zeno, well, Isaiah on that last run just willed his team to win. Middle Tennessee exhausted all their timeouts, so 1 yard stands between them and glory. Why not go for it all? Touchdown. UAB continues to ride in Imperialism. The little blazer that blazed, how far will they go? We're almost halfway there. Looking good now. We're going to go with Iowa, get them on the clock. Hawkeye Nation getting in on the fun. And it wasn't too long ago we saw Mizzou tested once, they'll get tested again. It's a classic case for Iowa. They have that stellar defense, but below average offense. Look at the defense come. I want an Iowa fan to let me know in the comment section, why does this keep happening? They got a great running back. Caleb Johnson's definitely one of them dudes as he puts the finishing touches on, but the offense outside of that, I don't remember the last relevant quarterback. I remember notorious tight ends, of course. But hey, ramble aside, the field goal is up and good, so Iowa is gonna win. Enough offense to beat Missouri in Missouri. And all right, Iowa has life. Back into the wheel we go. It looks like we got some zippy boys on the clock. Akron Shirley, my bet to win this whole thing. And they're gonna come out and prove it, smacking Ohio State in the mouth. Watch. Clearly it was all fun and games, just a joke. 35-7 Ohio State unstoppable catch and run, red zone again. Howard masterclass 4-touchdown day. That's going to be really it for our poor Zips. Fast forward 1 quarter and it's 56-7. This is garbage time Akron edition. A little nice snag there. 4 interceptions for Ben. Jeez Louise. Shout out to all my Akron Zips fans. Take one last look. It's not a pretty one. Not particularly close in that last one. Now we're on to my Kansas State Wildcats. Okay, baby, let's go. E-Ma. Perfect. Just the opponent I wanted to see. Sunflower Showdown. Man, oh man, I might have spoken too soon. Daniels and these pesky Jayhawks cashing in for 6. They're up 2 possession in the 4th quarter. KU defending the home turf. It's really come down to this. 4th and 10. KU playing stellar defense. Avery Johnson at least has a man in stride. It's alive. Still very much alive. We have time and timeout, so that was huge to Cephas. Avery going back across. Dangerous. Another big 3rd down here. Play action. Does he have a man? Oof. Avery with some risky throws. We're going to settle for 3 and hit it, so we're down within 8. This play right here on defense is going to determine, do we get it back? And it's blown up. Austin Moore. The Sunflower Showdown is getting exciting. What can we dial up? Avery back to the middle. We got a 1st down. No, just short on the last one, but we can stay alive. In real life, the Jayhawks actually had a good team. They just came together a bit too late in the season, knocking off 3 straight ranked opponents. It was cray-cray, but I don't know, man. We're getting inching closer. Personally, it was a little disappointing seeing K-State drop it in the drawers, and 3rd and goal, 10 seconds. Can you hurry to the line? He's down, and we have no timeouts. 3, 2, 1. Backbreaker. Sunflower Showdown. Kansas State falls. So as much as it pains me to eliminate my Wildcats, I have to keep it fair. With Boise State and Kansas State eliminated, I can relate to anyone else that's lost their school in ruthless imperialism, but I appreciate y'all for sticking with the video. We are determined, hungry to find a national champion. Will it go to Purdue, who's already showed some heroics? These Boilermakers had some crazy upsets, and since the arrow is skewing down, they're going to get another chance against Kentucky. If it's going to be in the cards for Hudson and Purdue, they're going to have to score against Kentucky this drive. Here we go. Card with some more magic. 2 minutes in a dream, still alive. And a monster sack. Kentucky. These Wildcats refuse to let Purdue come onto their field, their house. Woo! Dot in the corner. So a setback with the sack, but Purdue answers right on back. Little extra spice. It comes down to an onside kick that had a nice little wobble to it. Kentucky's going to claim that ball. Kentucky has it in the bag if they get a 1st down. Major 3rd down. Vandegrift going to pass, and he's going to complete. I think that's Barry and Brown, and that's it. So it might have got interesting at the end, but Kentucky holds on. Now we can turn our attention back to Colorado. This time it's Rams versus their good old Rocky Mountain rival, the Buffs. The Rocky Mountain Showdown's been a good one. Prime and Shadur losing right now by 4, but there still is time. He's just got to work it. And work it. Big shot right here to Travis. Or no, who's that? Horn. Sorry, every time I see a Buffalo making a crazy play like that, I usually think it's Travis. But Horn's been huge for this team, and they're cooking now. Red zone. Whoa, 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 whoa. I looked away. Then I looked back. And I'm sorry, Colorado State just turned it over. Fumble. They don't have a run game over there, and that's their weakness. Bomb Jock. What a name. The Bomb Jock just lit this dude up. And this game's getting chippy. Penalties flew in, costing Colorado a lot of ground. Shocker. A real shocker developing. Why not play it safe? Victory formation, kneel down. Because these Rams just won the dang thing. At Folsom Field, Ralphie's not going to be running more in this Imperialism. That's a really big one. Massive takeover. Congrats to my Rams fans. Onward to Oklahoma. Boomers Sooner. Back on the clock, and this time it's North Texas. In back-to-back games, this is what Imperialism's about. We're on pace for another upset. Oklahoma's down 17-0. Converts on this 4th down, but 3 possessions? Jackson Arnold has a ton of work to do if he's going to survive. It's not looking too good. Mean Green with a mean brand of football. They're just busting through that offensive line. Oklahoma quarterback Arnold barely able to get anything going. Just able to hit Deion Burks. It's essentially garbage time at this point. Chucking up bomb to the end zone, and he's got him. What a haul. What a throw. Great play right there, but they need to series of fortunate events like an onside kick. Completing the comeback becomes impossible by not recovering the onside kick. That's what I'm talking about. Major upset. Defending Texas from Oklahoma invasion, leave it up to the Mean Green Eagles. If we're being honest, Oklahoma took a step back in the SEC in year number 1, so not too surprised to see it, but we got a college football 12-team playoff team, Penn State. Let's check out how legitimate the Nittany Lions are. And it's going to be a thrilling matchup between two playoff teams. What a game. We're in for a treat here. Down by 3, Penn State. Aller banged. Wait a second. That's not Drew. That's backup Bo, and he's getting munchkined. Strip sack, fumble recovery. Ohio State defense to the house. The star of that edge. Rocking them to sleep. Ohio State's going to defend their turf. That defense and Sawyer are some bad mamma jammas. One of the better tight ends, Tyler Warden, couldn't hang on, and that spells bad news for pretty much anyone now going to go up against Ohio State. They're the real deal. Another college football playoff team eliminated from contention. It's wacky time. And right on cue, wacky town, Florida State, 2 wins. Most of the border is bordering Georgia Southern, so if they can win here, they'll have more wins than their regular season. Well, and just like that, pending another touchdown, this thing's wraps. Check that down as another wacky twist to the Imperialism. Florida State gonna go on their way to get 3 wins in the Imperialism run, more than the regular season. As I said, it's just what you should expect in Imperialism. I guess that's why they say expect the unexpected. If they can continue that role, I'll be flabbergasted by the end. For now, the Canes get to play. Not many directions down there in Miami. So yeah, not sure what the point of spinning the wheel is. They're gonna have to face the Texas State Bobcats, who are residing in Florida right now. Unbelievable. Texas State right now putting it to Miami. Jordan McLeod is the truth. Wheeling and dealing, spoiling any chance for Miami to get in this game. Touchdown, his 4th passing touchdown. These Bobcats are big game hunters. They knocked off Texas. They're looking to knock off Miami. And we'll need to see if Cam Ward, the Heisman hopeful, the Miami Canes quarterback with a heck of a season, can bring this offense back in it. I am in disbelief at how well the Bobcats have done this run. Can Cam bring them back in his Imperialism debut? Slip screen to Martinez. First down. Hold on to your popcorn. It's crunch time. Ward with the bomb. I think he's got him. Touchdown. Okay. Lightning in a bottle. Is that Restrepo? It is. The school record holder that he just set for like receiving yards, catches, all that good stuff. Vintage dime from Cam Ward, but is it gonna be enough? This offense for Texas State, 1 first down essentially ices this thing, and there it is. With a fresh set of downs and no timeouts left for Miami, we can call it. Final play of the game, we might need to start calling Texas State the toughest place and team to play. They're gonna get it done. Ball game. How far do you have Texas State going? I think we need to put some respect on their name. No shortage of fireworks these last few games. Will there be more with Rice? The Owls gonna head over within the state to take on Baylor. In a series of crazy events, can Rice be the next one? Big find. They're in business. Baylor had a down start to the year, but I think Finn, I don't know if he got hurt or something, but that other guy, I can't think of his name right now. Is it Robertson or something like that? But the young gun quarterback came in and actually looked promising. We'll see if his Bears can defend their turf right now, or Rice. Will they play spoiler? Wow, okay, this is massive. You trust your Rice kicker to nail a 50-something yarder. It is good. Wow. Big time. Penalties came flying in, and it's setting up Baylor on their last drive to win. Chippy back and forth game. Baylor setting up for that big 3. It's good, and that should be it. End of the line for Rice. Unless they connect on a Hail Mary miracle, it's over. Baylor Bears sick 'em. Gnarly. Let's keep it pushing. It's gonna be Western Michigan. The Broncos from the MAC are just next up to feel out the Kentucky experience. These Western Michigan Broncos putting up a fight, no doubt. Kentucky strikes for 6. They take the lead back, but we have a couple minutes to see if the Broncos respond. And I'm sorry, by a couple minutes, I meant 1 minute, 30 seconds to be exact. Time to move it or lose it. Number 11, standing with plenty of time, delivers a dime. There we go. Unfortunately for these guys, they can't settle for 3. They need to go for the big 6, so it's gonna be dicey. What a catch. That's not like that was bad coverage by any means. Impressive. 3rd down, still got all the timeouts, so number 11 needs to find something. 4th down, final play of the game, touchdown or bust. You have to go to your best playmaker. Who's it gonna be? Motion number 17. All right, good deal and hit him. Oh, it's a touchdown for the Western Michigan Broncos. Do your little dance, your jig, because the time expired and you won. Insane. If I'm the Broncos, I'm squibbing this thing, not giving them a chance at a return. Well, they didn't listen. So a chance at a return. Time expires. Hey, they covered it down. So it's all good. Big win and massive upset. Once again, I'm getting used to saying that all too much. Just an observation, a lot of yellow teams still alive. So Western Michigan with the latest upset. How many actual college football playoff teams remain? I see Clemson. I see Georgia. I see Tennessee, SMU, Ohio State. Yeah, I think that's it. So only 5 teams from the original 12 in the college football playoffs are alive. Does it get better than what it's been so far? Well, we'll get to visit a fan favorite, I'm sure, Texas State. What do they have in store for an encore? Because they're going to need to put it all together again on the road against Baylor. These Bobcats are in danger. Bears got a touchdown on them. We'll have to wait and see if there's more McLeod magic in the tank. For now, Bears hold 3rd and 1. Would be an impressive win for Baylor and a lot of land if they can do it. However, not so fast. Fresh set for Texas State. Plunge just short. 1 yard away from tying it up. Leave it to the skilled running back. That's Ty. Heisman pose. He really is feeling it. I kid you not. Baylor scored on the kick return. So the tie game was very short-lived, and it could be wraps if they hold on 4th down. No. Breaking free. McLeod magic is needed, and it's not looking good. 2nd and 14, a long way to go. That'll pick up a good amount. 3rd and short, slant, got the star receiver. He's off to the races. What a huge connection. Who is this McLeod guy? I swear he's done so much for Texas State, beating Texas, beating Miami, and now tying it up, looking to come from behind and knock out Baylor. Insane. Yeah, hit that Heisman pose. Everyone at Texas State skilled, no doubt. Oh no, I can't make this up. The very next play, he went for 2, no good. So Baylor Bears knock off this Cinderella run. I can't believe how well Texas State did, and they almost had another classic. All about seizing momentum here in Imperialism. Baylor took advantage of the opportunity, captured a lot of Texas. I guess it was silly of me to have hopes and dreams of Texas State making it the distance. Charlotte will get their first look. Maybe a new story begins. Gonna be keeping it in-state against the Wolfpack. Charlotte's up by 3. Will they hang in there, or will NC State respond? Clearly, it's field goal range, so they can take their 3 points, or just win it and go for the touchdown. Charlotte up by 10. That score is going to seal NC State's fate. There it is. Max Brown in some 4th quarter heroics. That seals it for the Niners. The wheel has decided it's Iowa again. Hawkeyes for their next move. One yellow team against another. Someone's got to win. Someone's going home. The battle for Floyd of Rosedale has been glaringly one-sided. Minnesota putting in work. A lack of an offense is going to be what snake bites this Hawkeye team. And well, you know what? That's exactly what happened. Minnesota Golden Gopher defense swarmed. Shout out to them Gophers out of Minnesota for a complete performance. And now all of a sudden they have a huge portion of land. Who's got next? Wake Forest. Deacon Tom headed south. South with a slight edge to the right. Clemson's up. Clemson just squeaked into the college football playoffs by upsetting SMU in the ACC championship game. Now they're tasked with upsetting Wake Forest. Well, correction, it wouldn't be an upset. It would just make Wake Forest really upset if they couldn't win, and Clemson's heading that direction. Still got plenty of time for Hank Bachmeier in Wake Forest to answer the call. That's close, but no cigar. A score right here would put them so much closer, and there it is. Within 3, they want to come into Death Valley and shock the world. So hold everything. With 1 minute left, they can take the lead if they get into that end zone. Another actual 12-team playoff team in danger. You better believe if they don't get this 3rd down, and forget it. They're going to go and get the 6. No need for a field goal. No need to tie. They're ready to win right here, right now. If you're rocking with Clemson, it's time to hit the panic button, and it's over. That's wraps. One-sided 4th quarter. Wake Forest waves home the Clemson fans. Unbelievable shocker. If that's you right now, let me know in the comment section. Are you surrender cobering? This is why we play the game, folks. It ain't over till it's over. I cannot wait to see how this pans out. The fate of the wheel has determined Tulsa, and they're going to square off with North Texas. This North Texas air raid hands it off on this play. They want more points, up by 3. I think I just saw today Chandler Morris, the mean green quarterback caller right here, hit the portal. He's visiting Oklahoma State. Man's been around for a while, but he had a good season season, 3,700 yards, 31 touchdowns. Could fit in for Oklahoma State. But that's enough about the Eagles. Tulsa not out of this game one bit, into the red zone, 1st and goal. Play action, he surveys, he's going for the corner, and jump ball. Didn't hit on the last one, but I like the idea. It will hit on this one. They're going to take the lead. So Tulsa on top at North Texas. Will Chandler play hero, giving North Texas one last good memory before departing. All he needs to do is put him in field goal range, and he's moving. Fresh set, back to pass. Tulsa pressure gets in. Stepping into it. He's going to slide. High stakes game for the Eagles. Can they maintain their upper half of Texas? That'll go a long way. Eagles should be running the ball. I'm surprised they're still passing with such aggressiveness. In fact, they just used their last timeout, not Tulsa, so they're out. But no sweat for these Eagles. They get the field goal off, and it's good. Game winner. North Texas keeps up the impressive start, and another one bites the dust. We'll head to the state of Louisiana. Louisiana Tech's going to play a college football playoff squad in SMU. It's been all business for SMU. Louisiana Tech down by 3 touchdowns, not much of a chance. Safe to say they can kiss away any hopes and dreams if they don't convert, but they do. 2.5 minutes. I'm afraid that is not enough time to finish. The Stangs boast a elite offense and a pretty good defense as well. It should be fun to see them put up a fight going as far as they possibly can here in Imperialism. Doesn't really matter if they give up the score, which it looks like they will, or in fact they don't. They hold at the 1 and cap off a 28-7 victory. Not much of a point to hang around and see if they complete a 3-touchdown comeback. You can tell the wheel's getting a little bit smaller. Minnesota back on the clock. They've been asked to go a few times now, while I know there are more teams that haven't. One of those teams yet to go is Arkansas, and now they're facing Minnesota. Taylon Green is an electric specimen. I saw him get his star at Boise State. He's got his squad in this thing, 17-17 against the Gophers. It looks inevitable that Minnesota is going to at least walk away with 3 points, but let's see how Mr. Taylon Green responds with the offense. They're already back within field goal range easily. One way or another, we're getting treated to another very good game. He's got some scrambling ability, and he's going to put it on full display right here, rumble into the 10. Electric dual threat athlete. There's a reason I got the man's football autographs right up there, and as soon as I compliment him, he throws a pick. That is ridiculous how close they got and choked. And sure, they got a 3-and-out out of the Gophers, but it's down to the final 10 seconds. Taylor needs to play hero ball, or the Gophers will continue to pad their impressive resume. The game is literally hanging in the balance on this one final play. Go for sack. That's ball game. Let's go, Minnesota. They have penetrated and permeated their way down the United States, creating some really intriguing storylines. Hogs one and done, like so many other teams. The wheel is starting to play favorites. Western Michigan again. They beat Kentucky earlier. Now it's time to test Ole Michigan. It's totally bizarre that on paper, Western Michigan has the same caliber offense as Old Michigan. This offense may be on par with Michigan, but the defense has been the name of the game. Wolverines are far superior in that department, as evident by that last sack. 3rd and 17, hopes on the line. That defense is swarming, no doubt. It's up to this. Otherwise, Western Michigan, I appreciate y'all coming out, playing a good brand of football for a couple games, but Michigan was too tough in the end. Definitely tough to get past that big blue D. I don't want to rush to any conclusions, but I'm eager to see who the 2024-25 champ needs to be. Auburn, here we go. The arrow is sending them up north. Directly up north, we got the Blazers. Surprising story developing. UAB's up by a touchdown. Auburn really needed that first down. Smack dab midfield. Auburn needs answers. They're not going to get it there. Number 1, found a man. That's Coleman, I believe. First down. Correction, that was Lambert Smith. Regardless, good offensive drive right now. Slinging it. He's got a wide open man and a touchdown. War Eagle. They've tied this game up. Not satisfied with just tying it up. They're going for the win. He missed it. It was a chip shot. Late game turnover, not going to bite the Blazers, but why are they not even close to the end zone? It's overtime, but there must have been a huge simulation glitch. I haven't really seen this before. They put them back at their own 25 or something and have to go across the whole field to get points. Yeah, no, because of that, we're just going to jump into Sam. That is unfair to UAB. And then What just happened? Did you see that? Fourth down became... Dude, they did like a regular drive, then went to an overtime drive. I thought they were going to hose them and give the ball back to Auburn, but they gave them essentially 2 drives. This is what I was expecting at the 25, going towards the end zone, not across the entire field. Auburn strikes back and ties it up. Double overtime. Here we come. Just got a little wacky at the end, but we didn't miss anything. Momentum back to the Eagle. And first down, so let's keep it pushing. Little RPO, it worked to perfection. So that's a score. Auburn's now up. How will UAB answer? Missed a field goal earlier and now an extra point. That could be a death penalty in overtime, but it won't be. He is off the hook. Interception seals it. Auburn wins. Congrats on the big win. Sweet, sweet victory for Auburn. UAB was pesky, but it just couldn't last. Let's give a look to Toledo. These Rockets are about to bus, and they're gonna bus right into Michigan. It was just a matter of time before someone exposed Michigan. The one thing that's been helping the Wolverines is they have a lot of mediocre teams around them, cushioning them in Imperialism. In real life, they weren't all too impressive, but we could say the same thing about Toledo, so it's a surprise to see them up 16-3. What a collapse it has been. Just got past the DB. He's going to house call it, but 19-3, now 19-10. You're still out of it. Loveland, a big score, NFL-bound tight end, but it's too late. Before we finally put him in the coffin, it's only fair we watch the 2-point conversion and see, didn't pan out. What a way to do it, Toledo. Holy Toledo. Toledo fans, rise up. This is now your land. I'm so invested in this Imperialism. There are so many twists around every corner. Illinois is going to get their first crack. Fighting Illini had a good squad this year. Let's see how they play when they invade Northern Illinois. I remember Northern Illinois stunning Notre Dame earlier in the season. Can they replicate against Illinois? Crucial 3rd and 5. If they can get the first, they're pretty much in field goal range. It's going to fall. They don't want to get dicey. They'll punt it back to Illinois, give them 40 seconds to win. Big connection for Illinois. They're past midfield. Handoff up the gut. What a fight. He's got it. 2 ticks left. A gargantuan kick inbound for the Fighting Illini. He's got the leg. He's got the magic. That's probably why they call him Third Leg Craig. No NIU upset special today. The Fighting Illini advance. Who wants the next dance? General Booty Squad does. So let's booty bump our way over to the gridiron. Right into New Orleans we go. Led by Darian Mensah. Tulane's doing the dirty deed on ULM. There's no chance. 28 zip, fresh set, wraps. I think it brings up an important topic of discussion though, allowing the transfer portal to come before the bowl season. You get guys like Mensah and Booty no longer playing for their team, but why couldn't they just do that after the season, after the playoffs? Regardless, in this case, Tulane's gonna play on. They're looking pretty good coming out of a group of 5 conference, so watch out for Tulane and let's see what Pitt's about. The Panthers, I believe this could be their first game, or no, it looks like they have some territory, so probably second appearance. It's been a minute since we've seen them. They're taking on Toledo. Toledo's only down by a cool 9 points. There is still hope for this Rocket squad, but practically hope has evaporated. That sack was major, 4th and 18, but Pitt also methodically went down the field, scored some points, so last gasp, nothing together today. So Toledo, it was fun while it lasted. Congrats to Pitt for withholding and capturing a lot of land. You win some, you lose some. There's going to be a team that just pops out of nowhere here at the end, I'm telling you. Because we've already seen SMU a few times, and really the best assurance in Imperialism is to stay safe and not get your name called, as we have a little North DFW battle, North Texas SMU. It's a rivalry game, no doubt. We can't forget the Mustangs were literally in this conference just last year before making the leap to the ACC. Crucial drive right now. We might be hearing that lady singing in the crowd if North Texas can't hang. It's a 4th and 6 for North Texas. Chandler throws one. He's got a man and it's splitting the seam. Another opportunity. Chandler in the scramble drill. SMU on the path for Texas dominance. They're just there. 13 points in 30 seconds. Can it be done? Well, look at that. That's a good start. Cash in, cash out. Do what you gotta do, Mean Green. Get your little 6 right now. Go for the onside kick. 20 seconds. Can it be done? It's recovered by North Texas. They actually have life. I can't believe they got that just to get sacked. And not enough time to get back to the line. It expires on them. That's ball game. So SMU does hang in. Wow, okay, what a 1-minute drill. Touchdown, onside kick recovery, just a flop. SMU in stable control of North Texas. Nevada looking to expand. Where will they go next? Nevada's arrow is practically straight down, so we'll give it to Arizona. And well, to get the Aztecs, UCLA, USC, or or San Jose State, it would have had to been some wicked horizontal arrow. It's been a minute since we've seen Nevada, but didn't they do something similar to another opponent and upset them? They're not out of the woods yet. They're punting back to Arizona with a minute to go, so U of A in the driver's seat. No way. Interception on just the second play after the punt. I literally just commented how they aren't out of the woods. Well, that interception might have taken them there. On the road, too. This is impressive until they give it right back. U of A, pick, and he's carrying it to about the 45. Showstopper right there for number one. MVP, that defender, man. He just set up the kicker to cash in and win the game. That's ball game. I thought Nevada was up to their sneaky selves. Nope. U of A keeps dancing. One by one, we're finally going to get a Cali team, USC. It's been far too long since any of that Southern Cal cluster has been broken up. And there we go. That arrow's more north than right, so it's going to be an in-state San Jose USC battle. Trojans v Spartans. Pretty thematic matchup. The Spartans in danger, down 11, but that's a huge connection to their big-time receiver. What you know about Nick Nash? 100-plus catches, a 1,300-yard season, 16 tuts. Converted quarterback to receiver. He was soaring all season for the Spartans, and they're going to take some strides to get in business. The clock is ticking, so that's a major concern. Getting it off with a sack in his face. We will go ahead and do it again. Big body's got him there. USC ground and pounders proving the distance here. They're smacking him up and finishing him off in the secondary. Congrats to the Trojans. Big game. Looking good over here. Another one bites the dust. Hey. Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Which hill will they top next? Don't get it twisted. That arrow's pointing into Pittsburgh's land. It's either top or get topped. 3rd and 5. He breaks through the middle. 1st and goal. Western Kentucky, if they cash in, which they do not yet, will threaten to take a lot of land. And he bounced out of all that. But let's hold the line because these Pittsburgh linebackers, the Sharks, don't want Western Kentucky to score. It's too bad. They score anyway. Hilltoppers giving you straight toppy, sloppy. Midfield for Holstein trying to lead his team back in this. It's going to be tough. In person, I saw SMU put belt against the Panthers, so I'm not too optimistic about their long-term health. 3rd and 10, Eli going for it all off the deflection, and he still dropped it. Homie could have been a hero, but he's saying, nah, I'm good. I'm selling this game, and that is the ball game. The Hilltoppers, a seasoned bunch, and Imperialism just painted the town red. Onward back to Florida State. Wow. The wheel really wants to test them and talk about a major trial awaiting them against Georgia. The Seminoles might have 3 wins, but this crowd's buzzing, and they haven't faced a defense quite like the Dogs. Yep, that's what happens sometimes when you play Georgia. So much for Florida State's run. Who do we have next? Ole Miss. These games become more and more critical, and Ole Miss v Tulane should be an exciting one. Dart and the Rebels trying to tame the wave, as you will. On their turf, it's tough to ask, but Jackson Dart has some weapons, has some skills. Which version of Dart will we get? Mensa with a 3rd down snap, just a handoff draw. For all practical purposes, Tulane's season is on the line. This 4th and 3 means a lot. It's a handoff. What kind of play call, coach? Personally, that couldn't be me, and what you've now done in effect is give Ole Miss the win. Henry Parrish carried his team to 3 more points, but Tulane lost all the clock with like nothing left to work with. It's over. You just know Tulane's coach is going to get grilled in the post-game interview. A bummer to see a underdog like that go, but hey, Ole Miss continues on their path. And I may be wrong, but this is Temple's first game this late in, and their first warm-up match is against Navy. Currently a 2-point cushion for Temple. That's not a lot to feel good about, but that can all change with a big score. He's got the outside. He's rumbling into 1st and goal. Littleton looking to put the team on his back. Couple big totes. He's going to pass and he's going to fail. Sack. You mess with the Navy, they'll bring the torpedoes or the big guns. Let's see if they can finish. 4th down. He's got all day across his body. Big throw. Interception. There's a pending flag, but at the moment, this will be the final military institution to lose. PI against the defense, so hold on. Second chance. A redemption arc now in the works. Heaving. Chucking. He had a man. Underthrew him. Navy definitely out of their element, forced to pass so much, and a massive strip sack fumble. I'm not holding my breath. 3rd and 27, clock expiring. Escapes the big man, but just throws one up. All flail, no fireworks. 4th and 27. Good luck. Have fun. Yeah, no. Owl Nation, time to fly. All right, all right, all right. 3/4 at least of the way there. Virginia Cavaliers in action. Most directly across is actually a little bit of stretch of land owned by Temple. So they're in it again. Virginia Cavaliers into the red zone, up by 3 against Temple. Quarterback just does a backward spin, gets decked for targeting. That's insane. Out of timeouts, out of time. Massive deficit on the board. Temple done for. No offense to Temple or Virginia's fan base, but that was a snooze fest. Not trying to show any bias, but I'm glad we're moving on. Let's give it up for Syracuse. The Orange ready to squeeze, and they're looking at Western Kentucky as their first potential victim. This might be one of the most complete teams we were ignoring because they haven't had a game yet. Check them out, dotting up Western Kentucky, putting up a 30-piece and only giving up 3. Congrats to the Orange for coming in and making a noise. We spoke about opportunity earlier, and Syracuse took it to heart. They just captured a huge piece in their first game. Not bad at all since Western Kentucky was on quite the run. We'll check back on our friends in the Rocky Mountain State. Colorado State Rams bucked past the Buffaloes. They've been quiet ever since, and I know they have a lot of land, but to me, this arrow diagonally down feels like Arizona makes the most sense. No questions about who the better team was in this matchup. 24-0 Arizona Wildcats quietly putting on a very complete campaign. Interception to go with it. Sayonara to the Rams. And just like that, a definitive knockout blow. U of A has the most landmass. Poor Utah State. I wonder who they're going to attack next. And now we're on to Troy. I don't remember Troy in the limelight yet. Still hanging out with their sliver down here. That arrow is a lot left and a lot up, so I got to go with Alabama. Some fresh faces out here. It's crazy to think Alabama's playing their first game. That's right, Milroe and the Tide were just biding their time. But yeah, we don't need to hang out any longer. They got it in the bag. Nifty juke finisher. Talk about another team coming out making an impression in their first game, but look at this cluster. It's going to be chaos. South Carolina, Georgia, Auburn, Alabama, and Ole Miss. What a stage. Not to mention SMU and A&M right to the left as well. We got a busy slate ahead of us. Still many teams to go. Is that Nebraska finally getting in on the action? Corn Husker Nation led by Dylan Raiola. That looks like a Husker Golden Gopher showdown. Nebraska defense clamping down, and it's a shame. I had a soft spot for the Golden Gophers in their miraculous run. They just hit a brick wall in Nebraska, though. Holding on the offense, nothing going Minnesota's way. That's game. Just because you're a first mover doesn't mean you're safe. Heads are rolling with this rapid fire action. It's just been definitive so far. No real close ones right now. Maybe Wake Forest will change it. And truthfully, I expect a close one. South Carolina's no easy opponent. As expected, these Cocks had life. It is a close one. 14-12. Intercepted by Wake Forest. So hold on. They can now get in the driver's seat and win. Costly turnover there. What are you doing, Sanders? I can guarantee you the original Sandstorm is not blaring right now. If they trust their kicker, this is already field goal range, so you're just going to burn timeouts. Throwing all the way on that play. He bounced out, but went out of bounds. Choke job by Wake Forest in progress. Bombs away from 55, I believe. That's gonna miss, so South Carolina hangs in. 3 yards away from redemption and happy Gamecock fans, and he's going to send them out in an emphatic way. Touchdown, house call, game, set, match. Was that the physical specimen? I think Nick Harbor's on this team, right, too? The glitchy college football 25 dude. Nope, that's Gabe Larvadane. Nothing short of a miracle for South Carolina. What a game. Let's get back to spinning that sweet, sweet wheel. Arizona, they got so much land. Where do they mount an attack? Well, I think realistically, any answer needs to be Utah State. There's no escaping. Comfortably in the driver's seat, Arizona has Utah State right where they want them. I'm surprised they're just walloping opponents. This is a 17-point win. They're just beating people, not making it too close. Say goodbye to the Utah State Island. One by one, the colleges keep falling, and SMU keeps getting selected. Someone needs to investigate this wheel. There's a lot of favoritism. The arrow says go straight down. There's more Baylor than A&M beneath them, so it's Baylor SMU. I complimented this Baylor squad a little while back. They have a young quarterback, a nice core, and this is a huge catch and run, major play. It's time we remember the name Sawyer Robertson, the Waco quarterback. threatening SMU. I mean, come on now, 35-12, it's official. Bears on that first down, let's kill it. So in a shocking twist, Baylor upsets another college football playoff team, and there aren't many left. Stanks had a good run. They're a decent team, just not ready for Baylor. Charlotte still alive. Going straight up, there's more border with East Carolina. Remember, the yellow blob, the Pirates. We're in for a gunfight. Pirates, Niners. Two teams not ready to give up championship aspirations. Yes, these American Conference teams still hanging around here in Imperialism. Corner shot. He's out of bounds? Wow, they review it and reverse it. Touchdown. Good call by the ref, so it's all knotted up. 49ers looking for answers. They got a shot open, and he's got it. What a haul. How about Max Brown? 320 passing yards, 4 touchdown passes. He's not done yet, gashing this defense alive. Little Carolina v. Carolina showdown. It's lived up to the billing, and talk about a run. Fighting forward through 3-4 Pirates and scoring. Exciting stuff right now. So East Carolina hit the home run ball, and Max is going to need to dig deep, which I trust in Charlotte's quarterback between the two out here right now. He's been red hot. Another 10 yards will be very comfortable field goal range. Without any timeouts remaining, they chose not to risk it and go further. Boink and in. No! He got it. With no time left, the kicker doinks this thing off the crossbar. Cha-ching, and in for the Niners victory. If I were a Pirate fan, I'd be like that too. Unless a miracle occurs on this play, we've seen it all. What a game. What a performance by all the players here. Fittingly enough, he caught it on the sideline, but time expired. No field goal attempt out of that bomb. The embrace of defeat instead. Our yellow blob is no more. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Sticking with Carolina, North Carolina. All the Carolina squads giving it a go. And yeah, I'd say it's pretty consistent with South, meaning South Carolina, North Carolina. South Carolina would benefit from a miracle right about now. Down 10 to their North Carolina rival. There's 6, so we're within 3. Couple minutes to play, timeouts intact. And all hope for a miracle goes out the window when you cough up a fumble. That's right. They cough it up and lose the game. So it wasn't exactly pretty or convincing, but North Carolina got it done. Back to Arizona. No kidding. Why do they go with the same teams? Since we're heading primarily north and a bit to the right, that's Nebraska. Nebraska taking it to Arizona. They're down by 12. Is there hope for their season to continue? Well, that is a spark well needed, well earned. Wow, 3rd and 7. He connects with McMillan. The NFL-bound receiver makes a big snag, and Arizona looking with vengeance. They've fought long and hard for this land. They're not just gonna bend over for no Cornhusker. McMillan in the corner, Fafita to McMillan. They've taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Spectacular. The final test will be on defense because Nebraska is down by 1 point. Field goal range will do. The last challenge will come on defense. Nebraska throws it into the hands of number 5, the linebacker. Picks it off for the win. Complete turnaround. Flip this game 180. Nebraska. What happened, guys? Just witnessed a spectacular 4th quarter comeback. I know a lot of Nebraska fans, and all I can say is I'm sorry. Them Cats out of Arizona are the most exciting team to watch right now. Can't say the same in real life, but hey, they're putting on a show in Imperialism. Just like Duke, ready to put on a show for the first time. Fitting indeed in-state North Carolina rivalry. Malik Murphy transferred into Duke and then transferred right out. No love or loyalty these days in the NIL portal era, that's for sure. Because come on, man, I don't see what's wrong with Duke's program. Don't you want to come build? Well, he is throwing an interception and costing his team big. North Carolina might be on the upper hand. Tar Heel defense prevails. O'Marion Hampton with the big run to finish. Hampton's a talented runner. He's consensus number 2 behind big old Ashton, Jeanty. I should have said the game isn't over, and I was a little preemptive when I said it the previous drive, but time expires now, so we can officially say it's over with a 2nd interception under North Carolina's belt. Tar Heels delivered today. Blue Devils fall. Georgia Bulldogs on next. From the Devils to the Dogs, Auburn makes the most sense with that last arrow. Georgia is a menacing force, converting again, walking their way down right to the end zone once again. Put a cap on this one. ETN 31-3. Auburn eliminated. Georgia growing within the region. While that's all going on, we will turn the attention to UTEP, who has Hawaii. Hawaiian Miners are pretty cool too, but considering the direction, they too, like so many others, are going to have to face Arizona. This one's wrapped up. There's no finishing bow yet, but who needs it with this type of beatdown? Of all teams remaining, I can tell you I wasn't expecting UTEP to be the one to dethrone U of A. Congrats on your last touchdown in this campaign. The Miners are not national champs. Cool little perk for Arizona. They now own Hawaii too. Back over to North Carolina. These Tar Heels ready to play. Warmed up and wanting more action. They want action. They got it taken on Tennessee, a remaining college football playoff team. Tar Heels asked for it and they're delivering. A punishing game to Tennessee. Tennessee needs to do everything they can to stop this play and make it 4th down. There you go. And I'll be darned, Tennessee just gave them the game. A free 1st down. North Carolina just gets to take a knee and close it out. What could have been a field goal in a minute and a half for Tennessee to drive. Nope, not anymore. Crazy how such a big game has an anticlimactic finish, but it's hard to win when you shoot yourself in the foot. With Tennessee eliminated, is it just Georgia, the last remaining college football playoff team? Alabama on that arrow has a mission to finish them. Outside of Alabama and Ohio State, there aren't many teams left that can stop the Dogs. And they're rolling up 2 touchdowns on Bama. Milroe needs to dig deep into his Duffy bag and deliver. He will score 6 and now within 7. Big touchdown for the star receiver, Ryan Williams. 19-year-old phenom. Freshies got game, but they need another strike to tie it up. Alabama defense held them to 4th and inches. I'm surprised they didn't just push it or something. So Alabama will get the ball back. So it begins. Catch and security. Ryan Williams again. This is the drive. Does Milroe have the clutch gene? He's been a solid QB. He's got some good intangibles. But I want to know how clutch he is. This is a big 3rd down, and he converts. We're into the red zone. Just 20 seconds of regulation left. If they score, they could go for 2 or just take it to OT. 15 seconds of regulation left. They can score, go for 1, or just get sacked. No timeouts. That's probably going to end the game. What a huge play by Williams. That dude... NFL bound, right? That's Michael Williams, I believe. Yep, that sealed it. Huge pressure off the edge. Valiant effort at the end by Bama, but Georgia called game. It's going to take one freaky upset to beat Georgia. Otherwise, they got a clear path. The wheel has spoken. Ohio Bobcats, get ready to meet Syracuse. All gas, no brakes for Syracuse. 28-zip and not stopping yet. Kyle McCord has his team working it, twerking it, scoring 6 more points. 35-zip. Shut down against the Bobcats. Orange move on. Bobcats waited all that time just for that embarrassing performance. Surely someone else will play a more motivated brand of football. Maybe that's A&M. Home of the 12th man. It's a deadly bunch. That arrow is speaking Baylor to me. I feel like there's more border here than border here, and the arrow is like one of those, you know what I mean? You can never sleep on Baylor, especially in this rivalry game with Texas A&M. However, EA does have Baylor's ratings a little low, not indicative of that surgence they had at the end. So on paper, it wouldn't surprise me if A&M pulled it out, but that's the exciting part. We get to tune in a tie game and watch it unfold before your very eyes. A&M rocks them to sleep. That's a big lead to get here with just a couple minutes. Sawyer Robertson, where are you? We just put some respect on your name, and no, they're going to be defeated. Baylor, I must say, I enjoyed our time together. But you know what they say, this town ain't big enough for the two of us. Getting down to the wire. No friggin' way. Arizona fans, you got to be happy and sad at the same time. You get to see a lot of Arizona football in this Imperialism, but you also get to see them tested so many times. And their next test is USC. Could USC be the kryptonite for the Wildcats? Big 3rd down conversion, good run. Conley and the Cats refuse to go down. This, if we've seen anything so far, is going to be a battle. Noah Fafita has been driving this ship so far, and he's doing a great job in the 4th quarter. I've seen glimpses of Arizona greatness in real life, but I'm not an Arizona fan nor watch enough Arizona football to understand what the problem was this year, guys. What was it? Because, I mean, check this out. again. Arizona with a methodical drive down the field, score, take the lead at the end of the game. They keep getting away with it. They just look really good. Watch out for the Trojans. They are moving right down the field into field goal range. A loss here from Arizona would be so costly. It's about to happen. Down to their final timeout. It's sure to be burned on this run. Executed to a T here by the Trojans. Just need to hit that field goal, and they do. Down go Arizona Wildcat Nation. We're at that part in Imperialism where one loss has a massive ripple effect. Humongous shout out to Arizona, but that's what happens when you get tested too many times over and over again. Teams like Rutgers right now have been flying below the radar. I just noticed a major blunder and went back to my footage and realized way back in an earlier day when I was recording this, I had Rutgers beating Navy. Yeah, I give Navy the land. It makes no sense. I must have been on one that night. So I apologize to all my Rutgers fans out there. I'm going to make it up to you guys right now with an automatic rebirth. There's still a lot of action ahead. So I'm going to give you this little sliver of land back, and you're just going to have to fight your way back into it. It's almost like you got just a hall pass to hang out, like in high school at the end of the day, an open period, a study hall, whatever you want to call it. That's what the Rutgers got, and I'm going to get them back in it because I want to make it right. I'm tired of making these little mistakes in Imperialism, and I want to let you all know I'm taking it seriously. So they're coming back in. The Rutgers are going to go try to redeem themselves against Virginia. Out of the ashes, Rutgers rises, and they're putting it to Virginia. He sheds that tackle, gets 6 there. That's a nifty play and good touchdown, but they're down within 10. So let's see if the comeback continues. Hey, all things considered in Imperialism, one omission, not too shabby. I apologize again. Might have had third leg Craig or something on my mind while I was recording. But this is the most fair way I know how to make it up, because if you're mad your team can't beat Rutgers, what makes you think your team still would have had a chance against Ohio State, Georgia, North Carolina, Ole Miss, all these crazy squads? Rutgers is a good team, and they deserve a chance too. Instead of rubbing it in, they're going to do the noble thing and kneel out the clock. Rutgers take over, and a new gray blob is present in the Northeast. 10 toes down, back at it again with Charlotte. The Niners gonna go mine up north. And okay, since it's north, not anything to the left, most of the border is actually against the Rutgers. 2 straight games with peak performance. They're defending their home turf. The Rutgers go on to win here big way, 38-14. Someone's angry and playing with a chip on their shoulder. And what do you know? Rutgers go again. The earth is healing. Everything is coming together. The wheel is giving them chance after chance, and now they're going to travel on the road against App State. Could have gone Liberty, could have gone JMU, but those are way too inward and to the left. Going straight down, App State makes the most sense. Rutgers up by 3, trouble afoot at the Rock. App State needs something, and that something is points. Can they get a first down? That's a start. New opportunity to go backwards and dunked for a safety. Okay. Didn't have that one on the bingo card. Hey, yo, it said safety, but it didn't actually give credit for a 2-point safety. No way. So new life, EA wants them to win. All the way from the trenches to converting and getting crass mid. The final seconds are winding off the clock. I can't believe it. They're going to choke. Rutgers keeps rolling. Talk about coming in and going on a streak. Look at the Rutgers, man. So inspirational. And it's inspirational enough to get them again. One way or another, we're going to find out if they're really built for this. If it was down and to the left, it would be Liberty. But since it's down and to the right, the only team down and right is North Carolina. Can anyone stop the Rutgers reign? They're on a maddening run. They've won so many since getting thrust into the limelight. North Carolina takes the lead on this touchdown, and they're going to be up by about 5 points. Just need some defense, maybe some more offense. Intriguing. I was curious what Rutgers would do. They got 4th down, but punted off. Now North Carolina really is in the driver's seat, just can't choke. They can put this thing away with 1 first down. Bingo! Man, hats off to the Rutgers. They put up a valiant fight and got far with the amount of games they were just thrusted into. But hey, no harm, no foul for the rest of the teams. There's still a lot of football left. What a series of events for the Rutgers and North Carolina. Now Ole Miss back in the spotlight. Down and to the left, that gives them Texas A&M. College Station, Texas, the 12th man. I mean, this is a tough place to play. As you can tell, defense has been the name of the game, 6-3. Will it finish that way? I'm not so sure. A&M with a last gasp. Now running the rock, big hole, good play. They're gonna need to decide, are they still in settle mode or win mode? Play action looks like they're in win now mode, and they're gonna get another first down. Of course, as soon as I say that, they settle for 3 with 19 seconds left. Come on. OT. Not much love when it comes to OT. The next play under their belt, it's an action donk sack, guitar, stroke. Just content with handing it off, essentially settling for 3. Not that impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Handing it off and settling for 3 makes it easier for Ole Miss to come out here and beat you. I was questioning the give up mentality, and this is exactly why. Game over. Heisman hopeful win. What a dub in College Station for Ole Miss. They just missed out of the 12-team playoffs in real life, but they're not missing out here in Imperialism. There she blows USC. So much land control. When I consider to the right and down, it feels like Ole Miss again is going to be on the clock. Ole Miss not on the road, but defending the home turf. Looking good. First and goal. Up 7-zip. Some more points here would practically put it out of reach, and that slip screen went the distance. Touchdown. Running Rebels, running right to the end zone. Paris Jr. carrying the load for Ole Miss. Who's going to step up for USC? Kyron Hudson is his name, bringing it to the 1, and there's a touchdown. Okay, don't count USC out yet. Well, okay, who am I kidding? You can count them out now. Defense didn't hold on the ensuing drive. That's going to be the game. Game-changing and outlook-affecting win. Kansas is surrounded by Ole Miss, so it's just a matter of time. Speak of the devil, Jayhawks up. Not going to spin it because every direction leads them to Ole Miss. The little birdie that could. The Jayhawks have a dream here. 10-9, up by 1. But this key play here on defense will determine if they get swallowed or not. Good for an Ole Miss first down. And how about another one? In control of the clocks, they can just get a bit closer for an easier kick. Surprised they're back passing it rather than settling for 3 points. I guess it didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Touchdown Ole Miss, but they had clock control, timeouts burnt, everything. I'm surprised they did that. So you probably saw it coming. Ole Miss squeaked it out at the end. Man, oh man, Ole Miss has a ton of central and western locations locked down. Will that continue to the very end? USF will have to have the next say. The Bulls have laid low for a long time. The arrow says go left, and that's also Ole Miss. They're everywhere. No questions for Ole Miss in their next test against USF, 34-6. Poof. The Bulls disappear. This is the baffling part about Imperialism. We're getting to a end point, but there are a lot of schools just like Miami, Ohio that we haven't seen. I don't know if the arrow matters too much because I think they're surrounded. Yeah, that was just for funsies because they're playing Syracuse, no doubt. 10-0 Orange. Will the Red Hawks get some points of their own or stay shut out? I had a feeling Miami was going to let it fly already. This close to their own end zone. It's dangerous, but it worked. He's going to get past the secondary. How far will he go? This is where the rubber meets the road. All the way to first and goal. Gabber on a mission, and that mission ends abruptly. Interception. Orange continue to reign. Just a few teams remain in this struggle for power. 15 teams to be exact. We started with the big 1-3-4, and we got to hear from our Buckeyes. It's been a little while since we've checked in, and the arrow is pointing up towards Syracuse. Breaking news. This could be massive. Kyle McCord, the ex-Ohio State quarterback, looking to lead the Orange past the Buckeyes. The storyline didn't hit me until I saw Kyle McCord take the field. Can he be an unsung hero? Well, he's got his team 17-7 with 2 minutes to play. Orange just got a D up. And I should clarify, unsung hero for everyone that is not an Ohio State fan. Hey, Buckeye fans, it's a compliment. It's because you guys are the most loaded and complete team that can do this and easily win this Imperialism out if you so please. They have all their timeouts, but you just had to figure they would come out and run that play. No cigar, no onside kick. This is it. Game on the line. 3rd and 5. First down ends it, and he's caught it and maintained. No way. Buckeyes are going to fall. Wow, talk about a late game Imperialism knockout. Syracuse shock the world, beat Ohio State led by McCord. I'm telling you, the Orange look dangerous. So check off another college football playoff team in real life knocked out of Imperialism. There's one left. That's Georgia. But look at the amount of teams and clusters that are still vying for contention. You got Liberty, you got Marshall, JMU, Northwestern, Illinois, the Aztecs, Boston College, Houston, some random teams just biding their time. After that one, who's got next? The Aztecs do. San Diego State. Down into the south, well, Ole Miss controls Hawaii, so it means they're going to have a strategic siege on the Hawaiian Islands led by Ole Miss. Honestly, not a bad strategy if you're the Aztecs because you recruit really well from the Hawaiian Islands. Now, is anyone as shocked as I am to see the Aztecs tied up with Ole Miss right now? I'm sorry, I counted this group out as massive underdogs, and they're showing that they got some fight. 3rd and 7 on the run. He's got a man, and he has some space. He's going to get into almost the red zone. Huge hookup, and it's so unpredictable out here in Imperialism that you get the Aztecs threatening. 3rd and 4. What's he got? A 1st and goal. Oh, man. 2nd and goal to go. They don't feel too threatened because they're not calling timeouts, but maybe they should. Touchdown. He lunged across the line. San Diego State's running back has given them the late lead. That's Marquez Cooper. 3rd and 8. Ole Miss trying to respond. There's a connection. There's a first down. This will be one of the wackiest upsets if it comes through. But don't count out Dart until the pressure. Hey, I know from watching all Ashton Jeanty games that the Aztecs held them to like 4 or so yards per carry. So they're not bad. Defense-wise, it is. Well, stopping the run, it is. Yeah, I can't find too many compliments. It's actually surprising that the Aztecs just won the game. Imperialism giveth and taketh away. The Aztecs, what in the world? 17-10 just came out of nowhere. What a first impression, knocking off a behemoth in Ole Miss. Wow, I'm stunned. The Aztecs all of a sudden control most of the map. I bet the Aztecs couldn't do that again even if they tried. That's how crazy it was. North Carolina, a tried and true. Take on another tried and true in Georgia. 'Tis the season for upsets? Well, let's find out. 1 minute for North Carolina. All their timeouts. They can get down this field and give Georgia a run. Who wants to be a national champ more? North Carolina, Georgia Bulldogs, hit stick fumble. I think we have our answer, the Dogs. Wow, that was filthy. Can we see that hit stick one more time? Here we go. Chaz Chambliss sent this man to another realm. Look at that stick. And that was all she wrote. So congrats to Georgia for pulling that out. Will one of these 10 or so remaining teams be able to knock out big bad Georgia? Though Arrow says that it's up to the Aztecs to try next. Yeah, no, it seems like the Aztecs' luck was a flash in the pan. Down by 2 touchdowns already. The Dogs are bringing in the heat. Will he get it off and convert? Nope. Shout out to the Aztecs, man. We had fun watching them pull off some magic against Ole Miss, but they're out of here. Press F in the chat for the Aztecs. They came in and wrecked some shop, messed some things up, but that's all they'll end up doing. A garbage time touchdown for pride here against the Georgia Bulldogs. They're destined to fall within a touchdown unless they recover an onside kick and score a touchdown in 2 seconds, which in this case, they do not. So they'll just be a team that surprised me and did much better than I was expecting them to do. It's Dogs country. The wheel really wants Georgia to prove it. They're gonna have to invade north, which can mean a whole lot of different things. My goodness. I think Liberty makes the most sense because it has the most amount of sides boxed around Georgia land, and if we're going north, many of the sides are gonna get hit. Liberty bringing the heat, 3-3, 4th quarter play, 3rd and 10. They got the receiver, and they got the first. He did. Wow, I gotta say, if the Flames can make it happen, I'm impressed. Caden Salter and Conley working their magic. 1-2 punch. The clock is getting awfully low, but I wonder how both teams are gonna handle this. Will Liberty chew more time? Is Georgia gonna consider burning a timeout? I don't know if I agree exactly with how Liberty's using the time, but I agree with that run. Quentin Conley just putting on right now, showing what he did all drive. At this point in Imperialism, it's too late and too bad to have a dud game. Georgia can most certainly pay for their mistakes. I really hope this Liberty kicker just waits 30 seconds before kicking. What is he doing? You're going to give 30 seconds to Georgia? That's a bad idea. Are you kidding me, coach? Could have been a hero, just decided to pull the trigger 30 seconds early. I don't feel good, and I wonder why. It's Georgia offense. This has the potential to be the most idiotic choke I've seen this entire Imperialism run, if they botch this up. You better trust your defense a whole extra. Do you really got the dogs, no pun intended, to hang with Georgia? This is what I'm talking about. Granted, you're lucky they have no more timeouts, so they're going to have to spike this and essentially chuck one up. They may be called the Liberty Flames, but they're playing with fire. And what an enfuego finish. The big sack, the big win, a 6-3 upset over Georgia. Imperialism is in complete disarray. There are a bunch of teams in here that want to show why they are the deserving champ of the world. With Georgia vanquished, this is how the map looks right now. That's a lot of Liberty red. And I'll be darned, there are no more teams from the 12-team college football playoff. Fitting that Liberty is selected to continue their momentum. If we're looking down and to the right, the most down and to the right of all Liberty's land is Houston. Heck of a lot more offense in this one. Well, 13-10. That's not a heck of a lot, but Houston's driving. I'll tell you what, this Houston team is a quirky one. They ruined some people's day out there in the Big 12, and they're on pace to ruin Liberty's day with that strike, 17-13. We've seen this massive chunk of United States change ownership many times in the last few rounds. Point blank, I think we can expect it to keep flipping ownership with so many X-Factor type teams still out there. Maybe Liberty proves me wrong and says, hey, no, we're that team. We're going to show you. We're going to answer back, and they're first and goal, but we're so close to crowning a champion. So strap in. You're not going to want to miss a single moment as Liberty reclaims the lead with a minute left in the ballgame. Back against the wall for Houston, 3rd and 16. He connects. It's alive. I repeat, these Cougars have life, and they're not satisfied with just a field goal. They want the win. Going for 3 to tie the game up. Houston's kicker nails it. This is a moment to determine Liberty's worth. What are they built? What are they made of? Uh-oh. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell Houston in overtime looking for a win. Liberty salvaged 3 points, but can Donovan Smith go for the win? He does it all in almost one play. 2 yards away, and there it is. Houston Cougars are your champs. They beat Liberty, claim most of the United States. Liberty really came in here like the Aztecs, knocked off a big dog, and then got vanquished. So it's anyone's game still. The real winners of all this fray right now are ones not getting their name called. Syracuse just gets called again. The Orange have already proven their worth many times. Now going right, I'd say most directly right, is Boston College. Syracuse has been asserting themselves all Imperialism long, and they're 1 score away from 2 possession. Already have Boston College on the edge of their feet. What a plunge. I thought he had the first down, and if it were me, if I were coach, I'd probably get greedy and push it. But safe play here, 20-10, still 2 possession. Looks like Boston College may cash in with 30 seconds left. 1st and goal, garbage time touchdown, 14 seconds. All the garbage time for naught if they don't recover, and yeah, that's wrap. Syracuse onward and upward. Boston College no more. How are there still teams like James Madison and Marshall yet to play? Instead, the wheel loves picking the same team. Syracuse up again. Now arrow pointing to the left, I'd say most directly that's gonna hit Northwestern. First time looking at Northwestern live and in action, and boy, I'm not impressed. Getting shut out 21-0 by the Orange. That's gonna do it. They couldn't defend their turf. Syracuse, by far the most battle-tested team left on the map. Who will be next? Houston. Okay, back at it. And they're going to have to go to the north and to the right. If we're looking at it from the lens of all this land over here, up and to the right, they're going to go against Illinois. Sure, up and to the right could mean any of these teams, but we're looking at border size again. Illinois' border has spoken. The state of Illinois holding on to a sliver of hope with the Fighting Illini. Houston playing tough. No doubt they're concerned with Houston, Donovan Smith driving down this field, getting to field goal range. Like I said, Houston's a quirky bunch. Don't ever count them out of a ball game. Passing all the way, wide open, and who is that? And why is he so open? Smith has been spreading the love so well that he's in the driver's seat and can shoot clock now. One more handoff should be effective enough. Heck, go the distance. Strategically, it's probably not the best idea to score, so congrats to them, but they can still lose on a game-winning touchdown from Illinois. 5 seconds, final chuck up here from Luke. He has all day. Just take your time, buddy, and let it fly. He's got a man, and he's got around the DB. Not enough support. And while he celebrates, Houston celebrates even louder because they just beat them and won another game one step closer to victory royale. The state of Illinois just got handled in 2 turns. It's been a long time coming since we've seen a wheel this small. And hey, James Madison, what a time to poke your head out. Going north, you're choosing to take on Syracuse. The Dukes looking to establish themselves in Syracuse's hometown. 2nd and 12, empty spread. The quarterback almost got intercepted. Fighting through, quick screen to his receiver. It's going to be 4th down. They'll settle for 3. Costly mistake gives JMU the ball right back, but this Syracuse defense is stingy. Don't expect it to be handed over easily, not at all. Kyle McCord has been a hero in so many instances before this. Does he got another? 3rd and 5. National championship aspirations going down the tube. On this punt, JMU can get themselves very close to field goal range. Again, we're going to have to monitor Syracuse defense. They're stingy, but one big gash play or 2 sets you business. Will the Dukes keep duking it out at midfield? They need another play or 2 to help them out, and they're just going to go for it all. Time's expiring. Why not let it go to the end zone? Fall short. Overtime, need 6, and as he was hit, McCord delivered, so the Orange keep their dreams alive for now. This is it. Championship aspirations on the line. The Dukes have put the Orange through the ringer. A run play, it didn't work. Syracuse keeps dancing. The Dukes definitely put their heart into it. But then there was only 5. The final 5, if you will, to determine the national championship, the real champion of all college football, 24 through 25 updated roster. Lot on the line. A lot of bragging rights for sure. Houston got the nod, and the only team down and to the left is UCLA. Man, I don't know about UCLA, but I sure do know about Houston. They're locked in. They seem to have turned the Jets on a little too late, sputtering now, touchdown, but you just lost 30-14. So the Bruins got knocked off, and then there were 4. With the final 4 here, we'll get to see the Huskies. I'm not going to spin the arrow. They can only play Houston at this point. Houston all of a sudden in jeopardy with Washington putting on a good performance, 21-7. Enough time to make some magic happen. Donovan Smith finds his open receiver in the corner. Well, in the video game, it at least seems like Houston has a potent offense, more potent than I was used to seeing in real life, and defense, heroic fumble. They just popped his peanut. 4th down, one last chance. Donovan's got him. He's going to keep the dream alive. Will the heroics continue? It's been a game, a momentum swing, all of that. 16 seconds, that's enough time for a couple shots to the end zone, and he's got a wide open receiver who gets in there for 6. What a comeback. It's all knotted up unless they go for 2. They came out looking like a field goal was going to happen, but no, a timeout was called. They decided to go for 2 just to end this game right here, right now, and they do it. Unfriggin' believable. Houston Cougar fans beside themselves. They have just done the improbable with the whole world watching too. There's only a couple teams remaining. They're one game literally away from the national championship. I might be all aboard the Houston Glaze train at this point from what I've seen. They just need to defend from one last-ditch effort here. Huskies going for it. That's wraps. I'm stunned. 22-21. Look at that 4th quarter. The 3 Musketeers. It's Houston, Marshall, who's just been hiding away, and Syracuse. Syracuse has the most experience. Houston has the most magic. Marshall, we don't know. Hidden away. This is definitely fitting for an Imperialism finale, don't you think? And there's Marshall getting the last selection possible. They're essentially playing in the semifinals. Wow, this is really hard. The arrow is saying right, but there's more gray border on the right side, so that means Marshall Houston. By de facto, congrats to the Syracuse Orange. They have a national championship bid awaiting the winner of Marshall Houston. And of course, the narrative's only fitting. It's tied up in the 4th quarter, 14 apiece, and a monster catch and score for the Thundering Herd. They are making a first impression. How do you feel, folks? Wow, how do you like them apples, Fitzpatrick? 'Twas the night before the national championship, and all through the house, they could hear Houston creating some magical spell. They really know how to pull one out the rabbit's hat, don't they, folks? I mean, this is insane how efficient. I'm getting antsy. Who's going to secure their spot in the national championship game? Is it going to be Houston? Is it going to be the Herd? Will it be Big 12 versus ACC or Sun Belt versus ACC? I can tell it's going to be a good one on deck no matter what happens. Tick-tock on the clock. Another conversion, 1st and goal. Out of timeouts, if Marshall's defense makes a huge play, it's going to be wraps. But no, Houston's offense makes an even bigger play. This game is pending overtime potentially. Houston bringing the mayhem once more. OT, Marshall Big run, 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. Stadium is buzzing. They got a good screen set up. Just got to get through those blocks. Settling for 3 feels like a loss in this case, so you need 6, and that is the biggest loss you potentially could ever have in overtime, turning it over. Houston has the easy part, in my opinion. Just need to play conservative, kick your field goal. Play action, roll out. He doesn't know where to go. Throwing it away. Good call. Marshall tries to ice the kicker. This is a big one for championship dreams and aspirations. It's good. The magic pony ride continues. I cannot believe Houston's success lately. That's the sight of a fan base knowing they're about to play in the biggest game of their school's history. The stage is set. Syracuse ran the northeast, and Houston came and claimed the throne across the south, the west, the east even. We got 2 experienced football teams about to go toe for toe for glory. I gotta ask, are you ready? Spinning to determine home field advantage. It goes to Syracuse. On paper, here's a look at the final roster update from EA. They give 85 overall to Syracuse and an 80 overall to Houston, but something about the magic factor with the Cougars right now has got me feeling something. Why don't we take a second to reflect? Is this who we thought would be playing in the national championship game? No. But has simulation spoken to crown the actual champion of college football? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for, the main event. Put your hands together, and here they come. Hey. Orange running out onto the field. They got the alternate unis, but so do the Cougs wearing the blacks. Which team will prevail and take home the national championship trophy? For striking early blood in this game, it definitely goes to Team Syracuse, but never count out the Cougs. They're the comeback kids. These are 2 fan bases I know for sure would absolutely love to see their teams make a championship game in real life. Okay, I know that might sound silly because who doesn't want their team to be successful? What I mean is that Houston's a big market, New York's a big market, both squads got a fan base. Joseph Manjack with a manly grab and then an easy plunge for the running back. It's a 1-possession game just like that. 21-14, 14 unanswered from the Cougs. Syracuse stuttering after coming out red hot. Crucial 3rd down, looking for the pickup. Running back cuts in and gets it. Donovan across the middle. He's got a receiver. That's red zone territory. Smith looks unstoppable right now with this team, and he could have been lurked. If the DB secured it, that quite literally would have made him stoppable. All Cougars this second half with 2 minutes to go. Now, wow, it could have been trouble. Exquisite disruption by the linebacker. It's forced this 4th down play that does convert. 1st and goal. Someone needs to help me understand. Where is this coming from? Houston fans, this is your team? Did you see this product on the field in the Big 12? They've come back yet again from a 14-point deficit. In fact, scratch that, a 21-point deficit. We're tying this thing up in the Natty. This team is electric, but the downside, you gave Syracuse a minute 40. Their offense may be cold as ice right now, but that's a lot of time and full timeout action to get it going. Here comes Championship McCord, dumping it on the slip screen. What a pancake bulldoze. The Orange got time and an open receiver. That's about 20. Scrambling up to the line, little sense of urgency. Gonna take a big shot right here and another completion. Orange peel dancing it. Side note, that orange mascot is iconic. What a character, I'm telling ya. And what a play. McCord is that dude. Just wow. I could not ask for a better Imperialism run and some magic. This national championship game has been great. As it stands right now, Houston sprung to life like they've been doing for a while now, but Syracuse may be the only team that can stop this potent Cougar fever. Killed all of Houston's timeouts on that final drive, masterclass work, and the 3-point win. That could be very much the ball game. 15 seconds still remain, so we're not going to crown someone yet. The way the Cougars keep shocking opponents, it's not over until it's over. I mean, watch. Let's see what the kickback goes. Okay. 8 seconds. Does he have a deep shot in him? Just going to throw it away. One more chance. 1 second. No seconds. He's sacked. Syracuse defense concludes this epic saga, this epic 134-team Imperialism with the national championship trophy. Congrats to the Orange of all teams out there. The Orange, Fatal Diggs with the finishing touch, sacking that man to the ground, Donovan Smith. Big win and a big tournament. My goodness, you've heard it first. EA Sports recent updated roster. College football playoffs are happening. Someone's going to get crowned in real life, but if we're playing it by the 134 team Imperialism rules with updated rosters, you're going to get the orange at the end. I mean, it's a lot of madness, a lot of crazy things happen throughout the course of an Imperialism, but this has been extraordinary, and I'm excited to see it all pan out. We were in for a real treat start to finish. It's about that time where we close out here at Kingsponge land. If you've been soaking it up with your boy, the Sponge, and you dig Imperialism videos like this or any other College Football 25 content, I got tons of Team Builder, tons of Dynasty, tons of good stuff on my page. Go ahead and give it a look. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next.